Welcome, everyone, to the Legion Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Don, also known as Don Van Dam, and I'm joined here by my co-host, Deucy.
Hello, everyone.
And then here at Legion Gaming, in our second episode, we like to give you more value, more bang for the buck, even though this is already free. And we're including two of our best buddies here to join us in today's episode. We have Mike. Mike, say hello.
Hey.
Randy.
How's it going, everybody?
And with Mike and Randy, we kind of had an impromptu session here where Deuce and I had planned a top 10 episode for top 10 NES games. And serendipitously, we were all available at the same time. So we thought we'd make this a fatal four-way and kind of talk about some of our gaming roots here, starting with the NES and some of our favorite games there. And we're also going to have some honorable mentions on there. So as with with every episode we do, we kind of start with what are you guys playing? So Deucy, what have you been playing recently?
I have been focused, and I'm proud of myself for focusing on only two games, Dead Island 2 and Final Fantasy 1.
Wow. We were talking about the pixel remasters last time.
Yeah, and I think I'm almost done with Dead Island 2, and I'm about halfway through Final Fantasy 1, which is probably one of the furthest I've gotten in any Final Fantasy mainline game.
That's cool.
So, I'm hoping to actually finish both of those.
Yeah. I finished Dead Island 2 a couple weeks back. I was trying to get rid of some games out before Street Fighter 6 and Diablo came in.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I think you're nearing the end of Dead Island because you weren't that far behind me when I finished it.
I should be on main mission like 21 of 24 or something like that.
So
but then
right
then I stopped and I've been doing all the side missions because they keep popping up.
Yeah, that's the thing is a lot of them pop up really late too. There was a time in there like I think I'd done like 15 or 16 of them, but I didn't do most of them until like the end of the game because most of them didn't unlock until then. It was really weird that they waited that long.
It's interesting how they do it too because they will, as you're finishing off one and trying to trek back to turn it in, another one will just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be a glowing piece of paper, and you're like, okay, might as well.
Yeah, all the glistening, shiny things.
Yeah.
Mike, where have you been?
Oh, man. So I've been playing a lot of your Raspberry Pi that you gave me. So Don gave me a Raspberry Pi, and it has so many different console games on there.
It's ridiculous.
So I've been playing a lot of those. But though I've been playing a lot, the two that I've been playing the most are I'm playing a lot of that Dune RTS Sega game.
Yeah, you're telling us about that, which was really cool that it even exists.
Yeah, it's cool as heck, man. I really love playing. It's like an old school RTS, like a Command and Conquer style RTS game, and it is perfect. I love it. So I've been playing that a lot, and then I've been playing Phantasy Star 3, which is really good too.
Is that on Genesis?
On Genesis, yeah. And if you guys play any Phantasy Star, 2 or 3 are probably. I hear 1's great too. I've never played it, but I played 2 and 3. 3 is really awesome. Yeah,
they have a sort of an upgraded port of the first game on. It's on Switch, and I think it was also on 3DS. But they sort of enhanced it over the Genesis one. Like there's like a lot of modern, things like
quality
saving.
Of life.
Yeah, quality of life improvements. Like you could save. I think there's like. They turned part of the screen to like your scratch pad or something like that, where all your items are and everything.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I haven't played the earlier Phantasy Star games. The only Phantasy Star game I played when I was younger was Phantasy Star Online on Dreamcast.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That was like my first online game.
Right?
Yeah, it was like an MMO to whatever scale the Dreamcast. I think it was like, I don't know, 12
great.
Players on there.
Yeah, it's a good game though. I really like it. I recommend anybody play Phantasy Star. If we were doing a top 10 Genesis, it would probably
That's probably going to be one at some point. I'm sure.
Up.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that one. Yeah. Randall, what kind of? I know some things you've been diving into.
I mean, who hasn't been really deep into Zelda?
Oh my God,
Street Fighter
it's been
6.
me.
I was gonna say it's kind of ironic. Of the 4 people here, half of them have not even touched. Well, no, Deucy touched Street Fighter 6 today.
Oh yeah,
he did get to play that,
but he didn't play either of us.
He didn't play out of it.
I enjoy winning.
Yeah,
that's the thing. But I mean, that's the thing. I'm enjoying the hell out of Street Fighter 6. It's got, I use the classic controls, but I mean, if that's a problem for you, the modern controls exist.
I saw that on there today.
Yeah,
they're kind of like Smash Bros. It's actually cool. My mental. Like my Street Fighter mental brain will not unwrap the classic controls.
Yeah,
I can't unravel that from my mind, so it's hard for me to even use that, even when you're forced to.
I played enough Street Fighter back in the day that I wouldn't be able to use the new ones either.
Yeah, it's just really awkward. Like the controls make sense, but it is there.
But the nice thing is that you can customize it per character. So maybe there's a certain character that you're like, I really can't do this thing right on the classic controls, but with the modern controls, But I wouldn't do that. I just have classic all around.
Yeah.
I've been really deep into it, and I too like winning, but that's just not a realistic thing all the time. I've never been so happier to lose as much as I did to Don the other night when we were playing Street Fighter.
You got a
6.
few good
Why?
matches in though.
We had some good matches, and I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of those winning was a lot of the your wins were predetermined because I kept getting jury. And I'm like, I've never really used her, so neither of us did very well with her to begin with.
I lost a few, so
Yeah.
what we did is we mostly did random, just
I think
because.
that's a challenge, though, Don. I think he was saying that you only won because of
No.
because of reasons.
Some
Because
of
we
those,
know
some of those we
because
knew.
the great thing about him saying that is like both of you understand
Yeah.
how much like you can't even keep it. You both can't even keep a straight face
course.
in this audio format we have in. Can't even keep a straight face while Randy got that out of his mouth.
Well, I only meant that because I got a specific character a large amount, and every single time
He
I
did
was
get
like,
jury a
"Oh,
lot."
this is not happening." And I haven't used her yet, so I wasn't really familiar with how to make her work.
And that's the thing.
When I got
is-
Zangief on random, I was winning those ones, which was nice.
So the thing he's also you have to consider too is like this game is very new to me too. Like I played the closed beta it was a closed beta at the time, and there was an open beta, but I played as Guile the entire time. So with these characters, I had the same lack of familiarity as you did for the most part, and Jury was tough to use at the same time. I would argue that the amount of times you got her, you should have been better with her by the time.
I should have.
By the time we fought me.
Well, I should have, and I probably would have if it was not you I was playing.
Is there a spectate mode?
There is.
There is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I would put you two on
Yeah.
there constantly, and then I'd just be playing Switch on the side.
We could be like a Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah.
Hey, while your silhouette there, we'll film
Just
you and
see,
Mike.
yeah, and we're just shit talking.
Well, what I was saying is that what's cool is that in the casual rooms they have multiple slots. So like you could see like the top slot of like, yeah, I'm not gonna get in there with those 2, 3, or 4 players. They're
Yeah, but you can
they're too
watch them.
hardcore. But I'd love to still shoot the shit with them, or
Yeah.
just chat with them and meanwhile, I'm gonna have a little bit more of a casual game right here in the same lobby, but a different section of it. Or I can just spectate.
Yeah, there's a lot of awesome modes in there. I think this one is definitely the most accessible Street Fighter game they've ever done, and they, Capcom kind of designed it that way. Where I think, like, for me, like 30 years of fighting game knowledge is in this game, almost literally, because there's like a bunch of character guides, character specific guides. There's nearly a glossary. There's really. They do their best to make sure, like, if you're unfamiliar with fighting games, this is the best way you can possibly learn them right now.
Yeah, and we haven't even discussed the fact that there's basically an entire Shenmue video game in there.
Yeah, it's ridiculously good.
That I haven't touched yet, because how can I not want to go for a competitive game online immediately?
Exactly. It took me a few days to even start World Tour.
Yeah.
I was playing online nonstop for like 3 days straight, and I finally started World Tour. And it's basically Shenmue with an RPG, or kind of like the Yakuza games.
What's
if you
your
ever played those.
record
Nice.
right now?
Online?
Yeah.
It's kind of plateaued, to be honest with you. Like I was doing really well when it started, but I hit Platinum 2.
Those 11-year-olds really got to you.
Yeah, they really did. They're so damn quick. It's obnoxious. But yeah, well, and also it's like I was trying to learn another character.
Okay.
And what's cool about this game I like is like with each character you place differently. So you have 10 placement matches, and then it'll rank you like, are you bronze, gold, silver, whatever, right?
And that changes.
That's kind of good.
Nice.
Well, that's
you get
great.
A dude who's good with Ryu and not good with Guile, and
Absolutely, that was the
Yeah.
problem. So in the old games, it's like you would level up your battle level to whatever. You'd spend all the time getting ranked up to gold, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you play as a new character, and it goes straight to hell because your new character's failing, you're losing.
Yeah.
So with this game, it's individually ranked, and it kind of bit me because there was a new character I was playing as JP, and I guess I did well enough with him in the rankings where they put me at like Platinum 2, which is
smart.
better than. Well, you say smart, but it wasn't.
I think that's because of your previous experience, they assumed, okay, we know how good he is with Guile. We'll put him with a platinum guy and see how it goes. And he won. And I think that's just what just kept happening. He didn't have to go through all the motions again.
I suppose.
They never had to drag it down for you.
That's what I kind of thought. But at the same time, when I played after that, it was clearly not a platinum experience.
Really?
No.
Wow. See, I had the opposite experience, because when I decided to let's play DJ ranked a little bit, I completely blew the placement matches. Like every one of them, I was like, I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that.
That's the exact same
I had
experience I had.
an awful record. They put me at like the whole like, oh, you're a newcomer tier, and then I really loved DJ because I was smashing some noobs for a while.
Yeah. So basically, that's basically what I've been playing. Obviously, we've been talking about it so much, but I've been playing that and Diablo 4. But Street Fighter 6 has definitely gotten most of my time. I think I've probably put in like, I don't know, 35 or 40 hours in the last like week it's been out or something. It's really ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's hooked me like I totally expected it would. And then yes, Diablo 4, which has also been really fantastic. Hope someday you guys get it so we can co-op because I'm already.
I want to do it too. It's just expensive.
I know. Well, that's the thing is like the early. So it's a lot of developers do this now where they have this early access version where you pay what's the deluxe version with all these digital cosmetics and whatever, and a battle pass and what have you. And it's like $20 or $30 more than the base game, and then you get to play it 4 days early.
That's ridiculous.
But then it's also crazy because it's like $90 for that. But I'm also thinking to myself, it's like, without like $90 sounds crazy, but a lot of games are they're starting off at $70 now, and I'm trying to think like that's already a lot of money as it is. And you're thinking like an extra $20, it adds up, but all of a sudden $90 sounds like it's just absolutely ridiculous.
If it, I guess it does level you up faster. That'd be the only difference.
No, it's literally you can play earlier. Like there's no.
But I need to not have a life. I need to be home and not at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm just wasting those 4 days.
Exactly. Yes, and that's the thing too. And the thing I was curious about is like how the launch is gonna be handled, right? Because there's even a disclaimer on there when if you were to buy it, it would say like it's totally dependent on network conditions because Diablo games, MMOs, a lot of huge games in general, right, have rocky launches with these online services. So it's totally possible that their servers got slammed beyond belief, and your early access would mean nothing because they're down for maintenance or trying to address traffic, right?
Didn't Diablo 3 crash hard?
That was notorious for it. Diablo 3 did. Destiny's notorious for having a lot of outages and launch issues, but surprisingly, Diablo 4 had not a single issue. Like I guess a lot of the queue times were like under 15 minutes, which is pretty impressive. I would say like for as much as that game sells, it's pretty crazy that they had a pretty straightforward launch and no issues.
Well, didn't it break records already?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I think they said it people have played like the equivalent of 10,000 years in hours.
That's insane.
It's some like 93 billion, some obscene number that I just looked at once. Like, oh my god, that's freaking ridiculous.
Imagine if we put that towards like the science.
Instead, we're all here like playing as druids and all these freaking wizards and whatever. It's like, oh yeah, we got 10,000 years of game time in here.
Cancer because we released Diablo 4 early.
Yeah, someone had done the math and they were estimating like that may equate to like 8 million sales in the first weekend.
That's crazy.
So I don't know. I'm sure they'll announce it at some point, but I totally would believe it would be like 8 or 10 million.
I didn't know that many people like Diablo. I guess.
Well, this one I think they were skeptical because of Immortal. Remember with the phone?
Oh yeah.
The phone game, and then that had a lot of
was
controversy for like a week, like anything else, and then it's still making money. So I think people were skeptical on how they handled that with how Diablo 4 went at shakeout.
I guess this makes sense that it sold so much because it wasn't Immortal.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it.
Like,
so
we got
once
back to normal.
people were convinced that it wasn't Immortal, then that's it. Like I had played the beta on that too, because in open beta I was like, yeah, this is really really fun. This is gonna be a really good game.
Yeah.
I think once people got to play it and try it.
Microtransactions on Immortal, right? They're like the things
that. And
it was pay to win.
It was pay to win for some of the things on there. Yeah, and this one has microtransactions too, but it's purely cosmetic, which. For anyone else, like who cares?
Yeah,
I don't care. If I don't want microtransactions, I won't pay them. It's cool.
So mentioning all these games, when was the last time you can remember a calendar month or a span of 30 days or whatever that had releases like Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Street Fighter
A
6,
long
and Diablo?
time. A long time.
Those are massively
this year
successful and incredible games.
Yeah, as of sort of this recording to frame it, because we like to timeline these things. This is June 2023. In the first 6 months, we've had such a ridiculous amount of amazing releases already, and we're barely halfway through the year.
And we just saw like the Xbox Play and whatever.
Yeah, there was the Xbox
cool
showcase today. Yeah, there's some really awesome stuff. Their Starfield looks really awesome. Now we finally have seen it. Some actual gameplay. Yeah. They have a new Fable they announced that looks great.
Oh, we didn't see that one. We just got here a little bit after that, I believe. The new Forza, of course.
Yeah, the Forza looks great.
So, amazing. Looks like it might be the most visually impressive game on consoles. We'll see how it looks then.
Yeah.
Star Wars Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, basically Star Wars Assassin's Creed is coming at some point. Final Fantasy 16's out in a couple weeks, which is going to be ridiculous. Yeah, it's out.
What?
Actually, I'm sorry. I think it's out next Friday. I think it's out the 20th or something.
Man.
Holy
so
crap.
You got to go from 2 to 14 after you finish one in the
Deucy's
next
at
few
1.
weeks.
Yeah.
He's got 15 to go.
Okay, gotta put my nose to the grindstone.
We really gotta give our wallets to our wives and please watch this one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough if you don't.
I am not giving my wallet to your wife.
Deucy said that so shocked. He was like, oh my God, I have to finish 15 games in like a week.
I can at least skip 2 MMOs, and that's about it.
Challenge accepted.
YouTube recap video, here I come.
So, but yeah, to Randy's point, there have been a ton of amazing games already. Just Zelda alone, I thought was going to be like that's probably a big contender for Game of the Year easily.
It is. All three of those games are going to be in finalists for Game of the Year.
I would say Street Fighter 6 has to be up in the conversation. That game has also done really well. Resident Evil 4 remake. I don't think any of you guys. Oh no, Deucy's played.
Oh yeah,
through most of it. I think.
I want to.
Yeah, that was also
really
a really awesome release that came out a couple months ago.
Village.
Village was great. I liked Village a lot.
Played that one.
It's that one's actually closer to Resident Evil 4 than 7 was, which I think is why you might like it more. Deucy, excuse me.
Yeah,
as
7,
I point to people who are listening to
7
this.
was the one that was the full-on first person view, right?
That was the
Where you don't see your character at all.
It was more return to form with survival horror.
I did play that one, and it was good, but it was a lot different.
That
than
one
the other
legitimately scared me in certain parts, and I was just like,
it was a very creepy.
Why am I doing that to myself?
I loved it because of that. Because I have this sort of irrational claustrophobic fear, not like I'm in closed areas, like just this stupid fear that I might get stuck in a vent shaft for some reason.
Yeah.
That's a rational fear.
Perhaps I just don't know how many. Like I don't think I have any vents here that I could get in, so I don't know how realistic it's going to happen.
I've never even seen one large enough, like in the
For a
movies.
human. to
Exactly.
be.
Yeah. So with all that said, that was why I liked Resident Evil 7 because it felt really claustrophobic and the atmosphere was really great in that game. It was actually a lot shorter than I thought too. Like I remember because I'd started that and then didn't play it for months, and then I was telling you I was like 2/3 through the game already. I should have just finished the damn thing. There's only like an hour and a half left. What did I do? I thought it was so much longer.
Did you play it in VR at all?
I tried some in VR, and it was really cool.
Man,
and it's crazy. Yeah, I only played the beginning of the game when your wife, she's running at you with the chainsaw. So you see that in VR coming at you.
God, that was
Hell
terrifying.
And like you're reeling back, and like it's a pretty good effect. Like the PSVR, like of course it doesn't look as good as like the actual game does on a regular TV.
Yeah, of course.
But it was the effect was still there. Like
You're sitting there checking your limbs at when
yeah,
you're done.
of course things pop out, and like the thing too is like. The big difference is like you actually see parts of the environment up close, right? So it's like you're looking at like a medical table and there's like a dead body on there wrapped up. Well, now you could get a better view of that because you're seeing that in literally first person,
You're like,
right?
gee, thanks.
Yeah, it's not out of the peripherals and looked up. Like you're looking into the damn thing. So the atmosphere is definitely different
As it
there.
sits up on you.
Yeah, but like a lot of VR games, it's hard to finish a game that long because it's only like 8 hours, 9 hours, but that's a long freaking time to play through in VR.
Yeah.
At least it's not all red like the Virtual Boy.
I know,
Yeah.
I paid that price with Wario Land. All right, cool. So today's episode is all about the Nintendo. For us, this was I think for just about everyone here, this is our first console, right? Like our really
it was
first.
my second.
What did you have first?
We had the Atari.
Okay,
I
the
still
Atari.
vividly remember the day that the Atari got unhooked and was handed to my dad's friend who brought us the Nintendo. I don't know if he bought it from
How'd you
Costco
feel
or if he
about
bought it and decided that he just wanted the Atari games. I don't know. I don't care. I didn't miss the Atari very much longer after I fired up the Nintendo.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Such
so.
a leap.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say for many, many, many people, this was really the system that got them into gaming and still has its firm grip into us.
Yeah, it was
30 plus years later.
I clearly played more Nintendo than I did Atari.
Yeah,
I
I got
saved the industry.
It really did. Like the industry was dead because of the Atari, ironically.
Yeah.
They made
Which is probably why you got it for
every kind
free.
of awful game you could have think
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
So with that, for us, we have a lot of memories for a lot of Nintendo games. Deucy and I initially started, we had a Mega Man X episode last time. We thought it'd be really awesome to kind of go through our top 10 Nintendo games. And for us, I think this would be a pretty interesting list because we grew up with different Nintendo games. I think our tastes kind of, were closer in the Super Nintendo era and beyond.
Well, I also realize we're so young that we were at the mercy of our parents.
Also
Or
true.
family
yeah.
members. So it was what they thought was acceptable for us.
And
Exactly.
we didn't really have a Blockbuster near us for a long time. By the time that we did, we were already several consoles later. So renting games, like there was a few games maybe at the little store. Like I remember renting a Simpsons game where you had to Bart had to do graffiti on like bus stops or something.
Oh, that was Barbara's the Space Mutants.
That's right. Yeah, that one. So, and like Total Recall, I remember renting, but there wasn't a big selection of things to rent, and certainly was at the mercy of what they were gonna buy.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was for me because I remember renting some Nintendo games, but back then we had Video Express downtown.
Oh yeah.
And then we also had the warehouse, which was close to my parents, where we lived. So it's like there's only so many games that you had access to back then, and I think our lists are probably going to reflect that.
we had a Blockbuster by me down Fremont Street, and I still remember the very first game I ever rented was Turtles 3
Nice.
Wow.
for Nintendo. Yeah,
I don't think I remember the first game I ever rented. No.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Maybe Ninja Gaiden, but I don't think I particularly rented it. I think my dad rented it, but I do remember we were playing it and we did not own it, so we had to have rented it.
I think one of the earlier games I rented, I told you this was that TNC Surf Shop game, where you had the gorilla surfing.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Right? I don't know why I remember that. That was like one of the earlier games that I remember renting.
That game
but
was awesome. I forgot.
I only remember because of the cover, which is why I
Yeah,
rented on there.
Yeah, I remember that game. It was fun.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just get into our top 10. Deucy, go ahead and kick us off with your number 10 choice.
Okay, my number 10 is actually, I think, the only one on my list where I didn't own it. No, I've got another one later. But and this one's kind of a cheat, but it's the Adventures of Lolo trilogy.
You
And-
combined them.
Yeah, I only combined them because I remember renting 2 and 3, and then I played 1 later on various virtual consoles and things. But I had to combine them all because they're all the same game.
Yeah.
So but that's what I liked about it. It was just more of the same, and it was definitely my first trip into puzzle adventure. Where I had played Tetris and Dr. Mario, those were puzzle games, but this was puzzle adventure where like there were enemies on the screen and they would shoot at you if you got in their way, but you could find a way around them or you could block them. You had to get every heart on the floor to unlock the door, and as soon as you did that, other enemies might start moving. So you better like set up a way to block them before you even get the last heart. And yeah, even from a young age, like I said, I rented these, and I just remember really feeling accomplished when I would get to the next level finally. And now I know the first game is on Switch Online, and it is so much. It's not so much easier with save states, but it's a lot less frustrating because
Yeah.
you had lives in that game. And when I played it now with the save states, I'm like, how in the heck did I get anywhere with game overs and continues when I'm sitting here like failing one level over and over and over again and just instantly reloading?
Was this one, because I think for me, like a game that was similar is because I played this like when I was really young. And I was surprised it was even on your list because I know you had played it that much.
Yeah.
But it always reminds me of like Solomon's Key, whereas like you said, it's sort of puzzle platformers,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I think Solomon's Key had a ton of levels. So was Lolo the same where it's
Yeah.
like one of those games that has like 99 levels that you'll never see in your life?
Yeah, and then occasionally there's bosses. I think those came in the later games, and then in the third one, you have an overworld map, and you have to go into you go into the mountain, and that has maybe 10 floors, and you go into this tree, and it has like 5 floors and a boss or something, and
Yeah, they're all like different themed levels,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
and now they are. The first one is fairly cheap still, $13 loose, 63 complete, and it ranges. It goes all the way up to the third game for some reason. I guess because it was later on in the game cycle. That was actually not too late. It released in 1991. But it goes for $74 loose and 178 complete.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Is like some of those NES games where they're later and you're like, why is this almost $80? Why is this $100?
Crazy.
Why'd you sell that at a garage sale for a quarter, Mom?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, that's crazy.
That's pretty great. Have you guys ever played Lolo? Like, have you ever?
No, I did not.
No, that's the thing is that I always I don't know why I kind of confuse that with Bubble Bobble,
I played Bubble Bobble.
right? I think it's because the characters kind of look like the
Well, it's also created by HAL Laboratories, who
Okay.
created
Smash Brothers,
Smash
and
Brothers and
Kirby.
Kirby.
Yeah.
And even in like Kirby, there's an enemy, and it looks like Lolo and Lala from this game, but they're
Oh.
called Lololo and La La La
Nice.
to be distinct
Yeah, I gotta make
enough.
sure we change it up a little bit. On that.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
That's great, man.
All right, Mike, you're number 10.
Yeah, my number 10 is 1942.
Ooh, that's
nice.
a good one.
Yeah. I lost the date on it. Sorry, the release date on it. I'll have to
It's
find
one
it
of the
again.
early ones, though.
Yeah, it's like
That's
89
probably
or
like,
something like that.
yeah, I was going to say like 87, 88 or something.
It was one of the first games I remember playing on the NES, and I didn't have an NES yet. My cousin who lived kind of close to me did, and I go over there and play it all the time. And that was one of the games he had. Was 1942, and it's awesome. It's what do you call those, like shoot 'em ups?
They're top-down
Yeah,
shooters.
yeah, top-down shooters. Yeah.
Top-down shoot 'em ups.
Yeah, so it's not like R-Type where it's like side to side. It's kind of top, but I like that kind of style.
Me too.
And it was really fun, and yeah, I played it recently to kind of like refamiliarize myself. For one, I didn't realize there were sequels all the way up to like 1940.
Yeah, and it's great 'cause you're calling like 1943 and
XX.
1944. Yeah, 19XX.
But it was really fun. I really enjoyed playing it. I remember like never being able to get past the first level for a long time, and then finally getting, or like the second level, I think. And yeah, a really cool game.
Was
really
it
fun?
Was it historically accurate?
I don't know. I'm gonna say in the later stages of the war, maybe, but yeah, But I would say maybe. Who knows? I'm making my own history with this game.
Yeah, I love those shoot 'em ups. I haven't played many on Nintendo. Like I played like Galaga, of course.
Yeah.
I played 1942, but I played that much later in life because I played the arcade versions, and
Yeah.
like that's the reason why I love those kind of top-down shooters, because they really like they're really like remind you of the arcade experience.
Yeah.
Granted, like the 1942 version, you know, compared to the arcade version, are like night and day.
Yeah.
In terms of speed and just
Well,
everything going
graphics,
on. Yeah, graphics.
gameplay,
Like
yeah.
it's the most gimped experience you could have, but you're still
Yeah.
having 1942 at home. You know.
So I looked it up for 1942. You can find a loose version of that one for $14.89,
Nice.
and a full version would be $73.56.
Yes, it's pretty reasonable. $14. I'm sure it's also been released on every console at this point. I'm sure you could find some
I think-
legacy version on Switch, and it's been on Capcom Collections.
Yeah, I've seen it all over.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty
there's a bunch
common.
of sequels.
It'd be cool if they made a new one, because
Yeah.
Capcom's been like really on fire over the past
Ace
years with their
Combat,
new
but,
games.
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Just make it like they could totally do something modernized. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Randall, you're number 10.
All right, my number 10 is from 1990. It is Double Dragon 2.
Oh,
Two.
Double Dragon 2. We owned this one.
Yeah.
And it's really here. I couldn't tell you if it really holds up or anything like that, but the memories do. This is definitely one of the only games, like this game, maybe Contra is one I can think of, where like I was able to actually just play with my dad instead of like maybe against him in like a sports game or something.
It was co-op, wasn't it?
Yes, it was co-op. Yeah, co-op at the same time.
Yeah,
Super
rare.
Mario Brothers, you could play Mario and Luigi, but you weren't on screen at the same time.
Yeah, this was a beat 'em
You were just
up.
playing the game twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's really all I've got to say about that one. Unless you guys have,
To be
it
fair-
was very simple. Like I had
That's
to
why it's
include
number
it because
10.
I
No,
played it a lot.
to be
Like,
fair, like there's only so much you can say about Double Dragon 2 because it's
It's a
pretty
side-scrolling
cut and dry
beat 'em up.
beat 'em up on the Nintendo.
Was-
yeah.
maybe it inspired my love for like action movie, like falling to your death scenes, because there was the ones in the, I think it was like a helicopter that you would
Yeah.
fight in, and always the shortcut would be to cheat over closer to the door, get the enemy closer, and then just roundhouse kick them and they go flying out the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
And you save yourself so much effort.
You could do the same thing in the first game. Yeah, you just knock them off the side of the game. Apparently, you just knock them out.
Yeah,
of
there was that
existence.
conveyor belt that you could.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was the second one when they made like B the behind attack and A the forward attack?
Maybe.
That was in the first game, I'm pretty sure,
Oh,
but
wow.
I think it was kind of like an RPG where you had to like get a certain amount of points and beat enough certain
That
enemies
was
to
another
unlock
thing I
them.
never knew until way later. Was
Well, I
you
kind of
leveled up and got better moves.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and that was a hard thing to learn because I remember playing it at a friend's house and he told me that you could gain abilities by doing that, and I was like, how? Like, and
Yeah.
then how do you do them? Most importantly, because once you unlock them, it's not like modern games where I tell you how to do it.
and you don't have extra buttons.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have the manual to figure out. There's always something stupid like hold up while pushing B and then hold down while
Yeah,
hitting
yeah,
A
yeah.
right. you
Yeah.
know? That Double Dragon 2. It's a good choice.
Yeah,
So-
if you're interested in purchasing Double Dragon 2 in 2023, for a loose cartridge, it would cost you around $13.99.
Sensible.
Not terribly bad. If you want a new game, it'll be just like buying a new game now, $69.99.
Look at that. And
Or,
that's
sorry,
if you're lucky if
complete,
it's intact.
not
Complete.
new.
New would be
Complete.
worse, I think.
New would be $765.40.
That's like 10 brand new ones.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that would be like
No
ordering
thanks.
FIFA and getting the ultimate packs.
Yeah.
They're still making them these days, huh?
Yeah. All right. So my number 10, guys, is Captain America and the Avengers.
Oh, that's a great game.
Released in 1991. So in making this list, one thing I should also be, I should lay down some of the rules here. Is like some of our guardrails we kind of put in place is we kind of limited to like one in a series for the most part. We didn't reveal our list to each other beforehand. We kind of talked about some games.
To me.
Well, I told you my list before I knew you were going to be recording with us, and you probably weren't even paying attention to that list anyway. But anyways, that's kind of the simple rules we have in effect here. It's like we're just kind of doing one game per series, and we didn't tell anyone, just to make things a little bit more exciting. So for me, Captain America was kind of a surprise inclusion. I kind of had my list already set before this, and when Deuce and I were talking, I went back to Captain America. I forgot what we were talking about. I have no idea why I went to Captain America.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But I went back and played it again because I got this when I was really young. It came out in 91, but I got it probably around like 94, 95. You guys remember Dr. Skies? I don't know if you remember that store back then. It was like a used store. It had like it was almost like a pawn shop, but he sold games there, and I got this there. And this game, the reason I got it is because I had the beat 'em up on the Genesis, which was really awesome. It was co-op. It was like Streets of Rage or Final Fight. You could play as the 4 Avengers. So I got this one thinking it'd be similar to that.
Yeah.
And it was not.
Yeah.
This is like a side-scrolling, kind of shooter thing where you could play as Hawkeye or Captain America. The other Avengers are kidnapped, so you can't play as anyone else. I think that's just their way because of the Nintendo's limitations. Like, you only have 2 characters.
Yeah.
And then you could swap between them. So Captain America's stronger. He has like this down shield move where he sits on a shield and kills things in like one hit pretty much. Hawkeye jumps higher and shoots arrows in 8 directions, but he's weaker. But anyway, the game's awesome because it's like you're both kind of going from basically it was Florida to San Francisco to go rescue Vision and Iron Man. And you're going to all these big cities like Richardson, Pennsylvania, and all this stuff to get over there.
Richardson, Pennsylvania.
Something like that. I forgot what it was.
That really put them
Virginia,
on the map.
I don't know. There's
That's
like
amazing.
there's everything's like in the East Coast. There's like 8 levels in the East Coast and like 3 in the West for some reason.
Boo.
But anyway, the game's really fun. The music's really awesome. I would say the downside with this is that like when you die as a character, that character gets thrown to the beginning of the game, and then the opposite character has to go rescue him.
Oh.
So you're basically starting the game from scratch.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of it, you can get ambushed by a horde of enemies or a boss as you're traveling. And again, if you lose, that character goes to the beginning of the game. You have to go save them. Otherwise, you can't use them again,
Wow.
which means you get game over. Additionally, if you collect 200 of these gems, then your heroes level up. The problem is like it's 200 gems and you get like 1 per container, and they're like kind of spread out through the levels. Realistically, this game isn't very good. Everything I've just said should tell you like it's not a very good game.
But it made your top
But it's got
10
the-
as
But it
well.
made my top 10 because it's actually for me it was really fun.
It's so endearing.
Yeah, exactly, right? But and it's the thing is I don't think I ever finished this when I was young because it was just freaking difficult. There was no way to get through without dying.
Mm-hmm.
But when you play with save states, much
Doable.
easier experience to get into.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, with this game, despite its lack of greatness, it's kind of expensive. It's $40 for a loose copy, and if you want a complete version, it's $150.
Oh my gosh.
I will tell you that it's not worth $40 or $150.
Thanks, MCU.
Yeah. We're back. Deucy, kick us off with your number 9.
My number 9 is probably going to be a bit of a surprise for those who know me. Released in 1989 is Tetris.
Oh.
I expected that somewhere. I don't
I
know
love
if I
that
expected
game.
number 9 though.
Yeah, it's because I got it when I was really young, so it's actually one of the first games I have memories of playing, but not having no clue what you have to do in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're playing Tetris and you didn't know to
Yeah.
clear lines?
He's like, oh, I won again.
Yeah.
This
He
game
was like stacking.
no, that was exactly
They're so quick.
that was exactly it.
It's so quick.
That was 100%
I love this stacking
it.
game.
I saw on the box there was a castle, and they therefore made a castle out of the blocks.
That is amazing.
Play like digital Legos.
You got these windows in here too.
I win every time. It's crazy.
And so I do also remember I had to have been like 4 or 5, and my parents were just like, "We'll maybe let you play that later."
Like, what do you think the high score was for? Like, the best looking castle?
Yeah.
You thought it was which mountain got the highest.
Yep. Mine looks more like what's on the box.
Yeah.
Your parents are looking at the box. Ages 4+. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would say making complex figures is just as impressive as, like, figuring out how to, like, cut lines.
Yeah,
on
and now especially if you make it your own game, you're like, oh, I did that in 10 seconds this
yeah.
time.
Well, in my
Like Minecraft.
in my mind, like when the lines disappeared, because I'd watch my parents play. When the
Yeah.
lines disappeared, that's counterproductive.
Yeah. I don't want this. I need as many lines as possible.
Why
You
are they
thought
giving
you thought your parents were terrible at this game?
Yeah.
Why are they giving me blocks if I just make them go away?
Amateurs.
No, I actually really considered that for my top 10 list as well. I think the one thing that stopped me though is that I think of the Game Boy more for this
Oh, for
because
sure.
of like it's basically the ultimate mobile game.
It was.
It's,
Yeah.
100%.
it's the perfect Game Boy game.
And
I have it on my
Tetris-
phone today.
Yeah.
Tetris probably sold so many Game Boys just on its own. Because I'm pretty. Yeah. Well, the Nintendo one had to come out first, so people kind of
did.
were somewhat
The
familiar
Game Boy
with
had
it.
not come out yet.
Yeah,
No.
and the Game Boy came out after. So,
But it
But
was
it was
shortly.
packaged with it.
It was shortly after.
yeah, it was the
because,
packing game.
Like I said, this one came out in '89, and I think the Game Boy did too.
I think it was, 89 or 90.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, it was packaged with every Game Boy, no matter what.
Yeah.
And so you were bound to play it. But also, I put this one lower because, as you know, I'm pretty good at Tetris now. If you've played me at Tetris Effect.
Oh, yeah, that's the equivalent of me if you play me at Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But the Nintendo one is hard as hell, and they created it that way on purpose. Like, there's supposed to be a randomization of the blocks, but for the sticks that everybody loves to get Tetrises, they were like, no.
Oh, I didn't know they actually changed that.
It's also
Yeah.
super sticky. Like,
Yeah.
if your thing just hits that line just for like a second, it's stuck.
Yeah,
there.
you can't slide
You're not
them.
sliding them,
You can't
yeah.
T-spin or whatever they call it. You're screwed. It's very
Can you
basic.
can you hit up or whatever and it'll
No.
shoot the piece down or no? Is that not in there
No,
either?
you gotta bring it
yeah,
all
I
the way
thi-
and you can't save a piece like in later.
Oh,
Yeah,
I definitely remember you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I always forget if you could zip the piece down because I know that was
Wasn't
like
until
something they
Super
added in my
Nintendo.
you
later.
can hold down and it'll go down.
Go faster, yeah.
But yeah, like we said, once it comes down, you can't then move it.
Move it around.
Like
yeah, I
Like, you
remember
got a
that
little
for
corner
sure.
piece you got, but it not happening.
yeah. So it's on here because I did like it back in the day. I loved all the colors. Every time you hit the 10 lines and got to the next level, I always loved the color palette change and the music. So it's on my list, but it's got to stay down at the the
That's
lower
fair.
end.
No, it's kind of my position on some of the games we get through. Like, there's games on here that others would probably put much higher, but just for me playing it as a kid or my fond memories, like I had to put it lower for that reason.
Yeah.
Mike, you're number 9.
Yeah, my number 9 is the 1991 classic Tecmo Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Again, I didn't have this game. My cousin did. Played it a lot though. I loved it because you could play as the actual teams from the NFL. It was like I think in Tecmo you could also do that. Tecmo Bowl you could do it too. I wasn't sure. I know in Tecmo Super Bowl you could, and that was a really big plus for me because in all the other games I ever played for like. It was either just like called baseball, and then it would just have like two, like the gray and the blue team, or even really good games that'll I'll talk about later. They would have like good graphics and good things, but it'd still be like two random teams that I've never heard of in my life. So this is the first time that you had like a game that actually had your team in it, like the Niners
licensed
were in
names.
this
And the
game.
players, right?
And they were good. They were the only team that could really like match up against like the Raiders with Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the only thing that I'll remember specifically is the cutscenes when you like made a touchdown. It would be like it was
Yeah.
like I'd never seen that before in my life. And it'd be like they would give each other high fives, and it'd be like 3 panels.
3
Yeah.
frames.
Yeah, kind of going together. So
Slideshow.
it's like,
And that was like the coolest thing
And I
you'd
was
ever
like,
seen back then.
yeah, you get it was the first cutscene I'd ever seen in a game before, and I thought that was the coolest thing. And the game was just fun in general. Yeah. So for that game to buy it, if you wanted to buy a loose copy of Tecmo Super Bowl, you can get that for $21.99. Kind of expensive.
That is kind of expensive.
Yeah, and a full copy is going to be we're going to use $60.44. So
That's actually not bad.
not
Well,
too bad. Not too bad for it. It's a good game. Might as well try it.
Worth $20. maybe.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure, was that on Switch Online or no?
No.
They
No,
made-
the original is.
Tecmo Bowl.
And they
okay,
made like
that's
a
right.
new version of Tecmo, like a new football Tecmo game.
Yeah, wasn't it on Xbox Live or something?
Yeah, for a
Oh,
while.
yeah.
I can't remember. And it
I
was
think
like
it was on
fake
Xbox
teams.
One or something
It was
like that.
360.
Was it 360?
And
Live
they used like
arcade.
basically the same kind of controls, but it was a modern version.
I forgot about that version.
You could
yeah.
even you could hit one of the bumpers and it goes back to the
Yeah.
old graphics and the new graphics.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what has
yeah,
the
yeah.
gimmick in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love when
100%
games
you
do
could.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right.
Randall, you're number 9.
All right, my number 9. You've probably heard of this one from 1989. You also know that it might have been the first video game I ever rented. We have Ninja Gaiden.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good choice.
Oh, it's an excellent game. Definitely a game that was brutal for me as a child.
It's brutal for me as an adult.
Yeah, it's brutal as an adult, but we have save states now. Thanks
That's
to the
yes,
Switch.
exactly. Yeah, and fan patches.
But what's there not to love about this if you're a kid playing as a ninja? And if you die, which you will a lot, you have a cutscene where
Probably
you're
on the
about to
first
get
screen.
put through a buzzsaw. Like it was just gnarly. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like probably one of the earlier games that had cutscenes to tell a story.
yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
It was
That's,
one of the earliest
that's
ones
why
for
when
sure.
I remember like I didn't get very far. I remember watching my dad get further along in it and just being captivated by, wow, there's a story and they're using pictures and text that I can't read.
Yeah, I never played it when I was younger.
Yeah, I can't imagine because I played that when I was like a teenager. I think I got it on sale or something, and like I can't imagine playing that as a young kid because there's
was
a lot
tough.
of games on my list that are difficult, but Ninja Gaiden's like one of the more difficult ones you could ever possibly play on the Nintendo.
Yeah.
And
It
there's
was a lot
like
of fun. This one's on there because, like, as an adult with save states and having a better understanding of games and
Yeah.
being able
Yeah.
to read the plot.
Well, you're also lucky that they really designed the first 2 levels well
yeah.
because like it's on your list now because it was so fun. But that's as far as you're getting.
Exactly. There's some games where I'll play them now. I'm like, oh, I remember seeing this level before. It's like,
Yeah.
I love Ninja Gaiden. That game's pretty long too. There's like 20 levels in there over
Yeah,
like
there's quite
It's
a bit.
tough.
I think it's like broke up into acts. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's like 5 or 6 acts. There's 20 levels in there, and like they're all not terribly short. Like that game is just brutal from end to end.
That's very chock full of content for an NES action game.
Is
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 1 the one where the cutscene has like the bad guys flying in on like heights?
Yes.
In the background.
That's the one. Yeah,
That's
they're,
so
they're all
sweet.
like on those scroll suit kind of
Yeah,
things.
that's such
the
a
hang glider
sweet
suits,
scene. Yeah, that's so cool, man.
And if you would like to be a proud owner of a cartridge for Ninja Gaiden, you can get a loose cartridge for around $11.56 and a complete set for $96.41.
Oh my god, that $11 is a steal though.
Yeah, $11 for sure, considering some of the prices on some of these other games.
I know. Yeah, it's really awful.
That's crazy.
All right, my number 9, guys. 1989, Fester's Quest.
Ah. You have not stepped up in the quality yet.
No. So this one for me wasn't
What the world, man? This is the best of.
my personal best, as we discussed. This is objectively, this is not beyond anyone's best
Are you
of
sure
list.
this isn't your brother's personal?
Yeah,
Or
for
he's
real.
gonna
Bob will love
intentionally
this.
pick games that'll just
If
irritate
I
you?
should have had him on here, we'll do a little Fatal 5-Way, and he'll totally agree with me. He'd probably put that like number 3 or
When you
something.
do
I
the
don't know.
Earth Defense Force episode, get him on.
Oh, yeah, he would be down for that. Yeah. So Fester's Quest. Again, not a great game, but I love this game as a kid. It's a Sunsoft game. They made a lot of great games: Blaster Master, Batman the Video Game, Bomberman.
Ariel the Acrobat.
Yeah, Arrow the Acrobat. Very good game, I would say, despite the goofy character. I love that. That's the first thing you point
That's the only one I can think of.
So, yes, this game is it's really difficult. The whole idea is that Fester is moonbathing in his yard. He's moonbathing. And he sees these aliens abduct the residents of the town they live in. So him and the Adams family are protected. Can you guess why the Adams family are protected? You won't guess. Luna won't either.
Yeah.
Grandmama saw this was going to happen, and she cast a protective spell on the Adams family house, so they're safe.
Well, that just makes sense.
It
Yeah,
makes perfect sense.
naturally.
I would do that.
Perfect
As
sense.
you
So-
do.
So the whole premise of the game, you're supposed to go through. It's kind of set up like Blaster Master, where it's over the top. You go into the sewers. Of course, there's sewers, right? And the whole idea is like you're supposed to seek out these aliens bosses, right? Eventually,
hate this game.
Sunsoft.
Well, I mean, like the person. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I don't.
The writers.
Like, yeah.
And what were they
Did
smoking?
they actually
Yeah,
watch Addams
yeah.
Family at any point?
I don't think they did. Well, that's what made it worse. Like, I think this show. So the movie hadn't even come out yet. This was '89,
Yeah.
and the TV show had been off for probably 20 years,
something years.
more.
Yeah.
So yeah, why this game was made?
Was the
who the
show
hell
the
knows?
movies out yet?
No.
No.
No, the movie
So
was
this is
91.
before that.
This is before
See, 'cause
that.
it's all blurred.
So we could credit the movie to
They
this,
could
perhaps.
have. They
I don't
probably
know.
could have sat on it for a year
And made a
released
bunch
it
more
and made a
money.
lot more money.
But
Yeah.
they made Addams Family video games anyway.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Sorry, Doc, keep going.
No, please. It's fine. This is an engaging conversation for this entry.
Historical context for the kiddos out there.
Yeah.
Randy understands. You people understand why this is controversial. This is why we have this. But to make it on my number 9 here, the reason is like it's really just the fondness I had as a kid. There's a lot of problems with it. You can level up your weapons by collecting things, from what you kill enemies. But the problem is you can also downgrade your weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you're not careful, if you pick up a red bulb or whatever, it downgrades your weapon. And with that said as well, there's certain weapon upgrades that are useless because in the U.S. version of this game, your weapons have collision. So they hit with there's a lot of confined areas in the sewers. So when they have like a sine wave and they're hitting the walls, the enemies can jump right through the middle just because they have that perfect rhythm and just kill you. So this game is just obnoxiously difficult. Once you die, you're put at the beginning of the game with all the items you had. So it's kind of like a roguelike in that instance.
Wow.
And then the European version, which was released after the fact, actually fixed some of those problems. So they made the game a little bit easier. You do more damage, and weapons do not have collisions, so you can actually, kill enemies.
Yeah.
So again, not a valid reason or not a valid game to have on a list necessarily.
Of anything.
But ironically, I did look this up just in case to back this up. So Games Radar did rate this as the 73rd worst game ever. but IGN put it as number 45 in their top 100 NES games ever. So just as polarizing as I am,
What the
Yeah.
hell?
right? It made, to be fair, I probably agree more with Games Radar than I do with IGN.
I also do remember this game. Like, it was popular. I
It
do
was.
remember it
Yeah.
existing.
And because the graphics are really good. I showed you guys, like, I love the box art. It's so goofy and dumb. Like, it's
Yeah.
just a big fester with a blue face and a spider on his head.
Yeah.
The music is fantastic. It's really good. But there's a lot of things that just, you'll never finish the game. I've never finished it. I saw a speed run, and I couldn't believe the guy beat it in, like, 45 minutes.
And he made it look so easy.
He made it look, yeah, and even
He's like,
then,
this
he
is
had,
all you have to do.
yeah, even then,
In
he,
45 minutes.
in 45
for a
minutes. That's a speed run. So for anyone else, it's probably like 6 hours because also it's like you go into each house you visit, it turns into like a first-person perspective, like a primitive Wolfenstein. So you're going through the buildings to find keys, and eventually you find the aliens to kill the
Wait,
bosses.
Is it like Friday the 13th or is it like Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park on
Oh, wow.
Super Nintendo. It's
Wow.
full on So
Nintendo could do that?
yes, right. So that's some things like this game isn't good, but there's some really cool aspects about it. It's just it was probably crapped
was a
out in a few
pioneer.
months. Yeah, it did some things that people don't really recognize, but it didn't do them well.
It walked so Arrow the Acrobat could run.
It really did.
So I literally only know this because of our idol, the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yes.
That was one of his most popular
It was,
videos.
yeah.
And how terrible
So
it was.
all I knew about it was that it was terrible. I definitely never played this when I was younger.
It's like I said, it's a hard game to recommend at all because
Ever.
it's just so difficult, and you'll play and you'll enjoy it until you get to the point where it's like you realize there's no way you can really win. Like everything's just so horribly difficult.
Yeah.
A lot of things are confusing and obtuse. Like you're kind of exploring these buildings that have no rhyme or reason that they're there. You're collecting random items from people. It's kind of like an adventure game, but again, it's all just poorly done. So it's all that cool stuff really doesn't mean anything. Now, with that said, it's actually pretty cheap.
No,
You think?
you don't say.
It's,
If you want a loose copy of Fester's Quest, it's only $8 loose. And the complete copy, which is
That
the
is
reason why
still
I
too
bought
much.
it, was about $37, and
Wow.
it was worth that much to me at least.
Give me my,
Yeah.
take my money, please.
that's so funny.
I got it at GameStop. I was like, "Oh yes!" And the guy was even probably a little
Oh,
surprised.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. What?
Oh man.
Surprised there wasn't something actually valuable hidden in there because no one would ever think to look.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, "You sell that copy of Fester's Quest that had like $500 hidden in it?"
Yeah.
No, sir. number 8, Deucy.
We haven't had a single one that overlapped yet.
No, I don't think so.
I think we're going to very soon.
I think as we get higher, I think there's going to be some
there's going to be
contenders
some
in there.
common
Yeah.
That's pretty
similarities.
Cool. So far.
So my number 8 is a good old fashioned black box for Nintendo. One of their first releases.
Oh.
It was released in 1985 here in the U.S., which is when this is. I think it was one of the launch games. Excite Bike.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that game.
And I just remember loving the Create-A track. It was like the first game I had ever played where you could create your thing.
That was really awesome.
And then
It was so cool.
play
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I would spend more time on that than I would on the regular racing.
Yeah.
And then I also didn't even realize when I was little, like, the racing aspect of it. You had to beat the time to move on to the next track, which was a different color. I would just go. I would try to crash into the other bikes. I would always knock over the green guy because he was so easy. And then I would get to the end, and my guy would kind of jump around, but he wouldn't be on the podium. But I didn't care.
I beat everybody.
You already mastered Tetris. This is another step in there.
Yeah, they were playing the victory music. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. But what I didn't realize when I was looking this up was that it was directed by Miyamoto, Shigeru
Oh,
Miyamoto.
no way. I
way.
don't think I knew that either.
Yeah,
That's cool.
And he went on to use the side-scrolling aspect of it to program Mario, the original Mario.
Makes sense.
Oh, so he was doing this before Mario.
Yeah,
Makes
and
sense.
and that's why when you're playing Mario, he has that sort of speed up.
Yeah, the
When
momentum
When
that
you go to
gains.
run, he doesn't just start running. It's just like Excite Bike.
Oh,
when
I
you're-
didn't connect that. That makes a
Makes
lot of
sense.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I was like
Like it's a throttle almost.
mind blown.
Yeah.
I went back to play this on. I think it's on Switch Online now, and I went to the Create-A track thing. Still just as fun, but I forgot that all that you have to work on is the alphabet on the bottom of the screen, and you're supposed to have the instruction booklet.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's
that
right.
each letter can tell you what each object
piece
is.
is.
Yeah, but I still remember to this day, like H is the ramp, and I think I want to say I is the little speed cooling boost. Mm-hmm. And
How he learned his alphabet.
yes, yep, and R was the big one that split the track so that there was an upper track and a lower track.
Yeah.
I can just see these little baby dudes with like a cardboard foot that has like the ramp on one side and the R on the other.
Everyone else has that lever with the
Like
the
a-
cow,
an
the animal sound.
Yeah, like an animal next to it. Like
Letter
it's
R goes off ramp.
Yeah. That's amazing. Oh, that's so
It's like O is gap. In the
yeah, man.
You start spelling words out with track parts.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my name, Deucy and Excite Bike.
Did you ever make a track with your name?
No.
Oh, you should do
Oh,
that.
I should go back and do
We
that.
should all
yeah,
do
man.
that.
Come on now.
Mine will be
Yeah.
stupid though. It'll be the
Was
shortest
he able
track.
to spell his name at the time that he was playing Excite Bike?
It's 5 letters.
For all we know, his stories could involve the screen flashing press start.
He might have-
and we just don't know.
He started with
Like, we
RSTLNE.
couldn't read.
Oh man.
But these days, now, if you want to get it, it's loose. It's only $7 because it was so common back then.
Mm-hmm.
Good old black box. Except complete, it is $85.
Yeah, that sounds about. That's the thing is, I think they printed a billion of them, but also with that box.
Yeah,
you know,
nobody kept
no
it.
And,
box
and it's
of
one of
damn
the
things.
oldest ones.
That's
Yeah,
crazy, man.
Absolutely. That game was really awesome.
It was a great game.
Yeah, I didn't forget about that game, but I did play that a lot as a kid. And then Excite Bike 64, we played that for a long while until it
Oh,
got
yeah.
just unbearably difficult.
That had the worst rubber band AI.
Oh.
Yeah,
my
it did. Yeah. Mike, you're number 8.
Yeah, my number 8 is very similar to, I think, Randy's 10, which is Double Dragon 2.
Oh, okay.
So I'm doing Double Dragon. The
Oh,
first, the original,
nice.
the OG Double Dragon. Yeah.
That's when I played the most too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I ever even played 2. I might have not have ever played it. It was the first, like, cool game I owned. I had like a Sesame Street game when I was a kid, and
Yes.
obviously
But
Mario and
that
Duck Hunt.
cartridge art
You can
was so.
absolutely see
That's
your
why it
mom
looked
being like,
awesome.
I got you
though.
a new game, honey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This was like the first one when it was like pretty cool. The cartridge looked cool. The two dudes looked like
the
pretty
all
cool.
red with
They had
I think
their
they had their
bandanas
forearm.
and- yeah.
The dragons.
They're the original
Yeah.
two dudes without
Baby and
tattoos.
Jimmy, and what really struck me about the game was when you fought a Bobo for the first time.
Yeah.
I just thought that character art was so weird looking.
Well, he looked like a hamburger head.
Yeah,
Like, he looked
he
like
did.
when
It-
you remember
Mayor
Drop Dead
McCheese.
Fred. You remember Drop
Oh,
Dead Fred
yeah,
when
yeah.
he slits his head slammed in the fridge?
Yeah.
And he comes out and he's like this hamburger face out.
Yeah. It made me really excited to see him in the movie they made later.
Oh yeah.
Nobody
that
was excited to see that.
Yeah, no, I love that movie.
I used to
one
watch
of
that a
my
lot on
favorites.
VHS.
I watched it once, and
I
it
watched
was,
it a lot.
It's
and
on
it was
Amazon
not,
Prime.
Well, it was not when
I
it
loved
was
it.
like new. So where it would have, maybe as a kid, I'd have been like,
Oh,
all
yeah.
right, I enjoyed this. Just like I
Mm.
enjoyed
Yeah.
the Super Mario Brothers movie the first time I saw it, because I'm just a stupid kid.
Yeah.
I saw it a little bit more in
They
my
fought
teen
the
years
liquid
and
metal
was
guy.
just thinking, this is unbearable.
It is pretty bad. Like obviously, it's admittedly a terrible movie.
Yeah.
I would say even worse
Mark
than the Mario Brothers
Dacascos,
movie.
though,
Yeah,
great-
and
great martial artist,
was it
and
Scott
Robert-
Wolf?
Yeah, Scott Wolf.
Scott Wolf
Robert
in there?
Patrick is the
He's
main
the
bad
villain.
guy.
Yeah.
A lot of really good.
Who's blonde
people.
for some reason?
Yeah.
Was he? I don't think he was blonde in
I
the
don't
game.
think so.
I don't know.
So anyway, for Double Dragon, if you want to buy it, you can get it loose for $16.46. But if you're gonna get like a full in-box version, it's gonna run you $85.45. So.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the games here that we're talking about are always like 10 to 80. It's like the range.
Well, it makes sense because like they made a lot of them.
Yeah.
So like a lot of them were open, but if you happen to get one that's not open, that's probably gonna be worth more. You know.
Yeah, easily.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be shrink wrap. Still, it's just,
Yeah, just in the
nobody
box.
saved the cardboard boxes.
Yeah,
back
well,
then.
you just had those black sleeves you
Yeah.
could use. You
You're
didn't
like,
have
this is all
Yeah,
I
the little
need.
dust sleeves.
Yeah, that's all I had. Yeah.
Randall, you're number 8.
All right, my number 8, we're going in the way back. We're going to 1986.
Whoa.
And we're venturing out into space in the side-scrolling space shoot-'em-up Gradius. Or
Oh,
Gradius.
that's a nice
It is.
choice.
Yeah, this is one where, for the longest time, I forgot what the name of this game was. I just distinctly remember the opening, the enemies that are coming, and how they look. And going back and playing it as an adult, I was immediately floored that, like, how did I ever get further than this as a child?
It's ridiculously
It
difficult.
is so difficult.
It's like
I
an
saw
R-Type game, right?
I saw my
It's-
dad
yeah,
beat it.
It's just like our type.
I saw my
yeah.
dad beat it, and I couldn't tell you how far I got myself. But this was really cool. You know, you're in space, you're in a spaceship, and you're shooting alien ships, and the boss characters looked really cool.
Yeah, it was it looks really good for an NES side-scrolling
It
shooter
does, and
too.
I was shocked that it was 1986 because
Yeah, that's really early.
that's
Yeah.
a really early title, and it was a really quality looking game.
Yeah, and it's on the Arcade Classics collection. It's also like that Castlevania collection, Contra collection we were talking about
Right.
earlier. But I was playing it on there, and like I can't like same thing. Like I couldn't. There were times I couldn't get past like the first 2 screens because like your ship's pretty big. I would say that the levels are pretty confined. I don't know how much bigger they're supposed to be, but it's like you have a very small window to be free and not get hit, and you
Yeah.
die in one hit. And it's worse because you know you're collecting upgrades as you go along the level, but it's like if you die, you lose your upgrades. So, so basically,
I always
death.
hated that.
Yeah, it's like at that point, if you're on level 2 or anything, you're already behind.
Yeah.
Just restart. Game over is in about 2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, great game, great memories. One we own, so it's definitely one I played a lot, which probably would explain why I actually remember getting through phases that I don't get through as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would like to be the proud owner of a copy of Gradius, it'll cost you about $11.66 for a loose copy, but if you want a complete one, you're looking at $89.99.
Oh,
Yeah,
Of course.
see, it's about the same price.
Same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, that whole
Yeah.
seal thing, man.
All right, my number 8 is The Legend of Zelda.
Wow.
I put this lower on the list because I didn't play this much as a kid, so it was hard for me to have more fondness for this when most of my fondness for Zelda is rooted in Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time. So I played this again. I played this when I was a teenager, but I have memories of my half uncle playing it because, of course, you notice like the gold cart. That's the first thing I think most people notice if they're not playing it is the gold cart. And I didn't know what the game was at all because I was still playing like side-scrolling games and not adventure games like Zelda was. But when I played as a teenager, like I already played Ocarina of Time and Link to the Past, so it was hard going really far back to what this Zelda was. But it was also a mushroom game where you know, like I ended up in like Dungeon 7 accidentally.
Yes, I did that as an adult.
Yeah.
and it was awful.
And-
Like there's, and I didn't.
Link to the Past ones too. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And I was used, again, at this point, I was used to the format of like Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time, where you know you had like your sort of 3 initial dungeons, and you'd have your 8. So I thought the original Zelda, not really reading much into it, like you'd start that way too. But it turns out no, you just go wherever you want.
Yep.
And just explore however you want. And if you end up in a dungeon, because usually I think they were numbered in the center. Like the map would say like map 6 or 6.
It was
7.
it was up in the corner usually.
Yeah, so you kind of knew you were further ahead than you probably should have been.
Yeah.
And I think I'd beaten a couple dungeons later on, but they were just, you know, through trial and error and continually losing. But regardless, like, I can't put this at the top of my list for that reason. Like, I really love it for what it is, but I didn't grow up with it. I could play it at any time, but I wouldn't put it up there.
I do remember borrowing it. I never owned it. I borrowed it from a friend. I could find my way to the first dungeon, and then maybe accidentally the 4th.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until lockdown when I started playing it on Switch Online, and I ended up ordering a guide for it through the, you know, there was somebody who just made it on his own.
Oh, was it a hand-drawn guide?
I think so,
Yeah.
And the amount of stuff you can do before you even go into the first dungeon blew my mind. Like, you can't even do that now except for Breath of the Wild and Tears because they're more open.
Mm-hmm.
But you couldn't do that in any of the later Zeldas until recently.
Yeah, and I think that's where I had to break my mind out of when I played that, was because I'm used to that format where there's these sort of guardrails on where you can progress to. And it took me a while to get into Breath of the Wild for that reason, because I realized like it's much closer to the original Zelda than it is, you know, Link to the Past and After and whatnot.
Yeah.
So like once I grasped that, I really grew to love it, but it's a lot harder when I'm used to, in my mind, I'm forced on the Zelda formula of, you know, 3 dungeons, then 8 dungeons, you can't go here kind of thing.
Yeah, the you know, Link to the Past, even Ocarina, they would put up invisible barriers where like you can't even get to this dungeon without the item from the last dungeon.
Yeah.
And I actually liked that.
I did too. It worked.
Yeah.
I wish they would.
Like,
yeah.
I don't want to just aimlessly wander.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the yeah, exactly. That's where my criticisms with Breath of the Wild were before. It's like it's just, you have a giant world, but you know, it felt really empty.
Yeah.
It's not like Zelda 1 where it's like you get through the whole map in like, you know, 5-10 minutes or something. Exactly. So if you want a loose copy of this, $30, pretty reasonable, but it's Zelda, so that means the complete copy is ridiculous. It's at $190 right now. I looked it up last week, so I'm sure it's probably higher now, considering.
Yeah,
I think
considering
it
you
was,
looked
Look
it up.
at it, it goes up.
it went up like
He puts a new
10%
thing on there.
in the week, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot to say about this game, and I don't know. I think we might be saying a little bit more. So
Maybe, Randy.
Maybe.
Foreshadowing. All right, Deucy, you're number 7.
That's 3 with no overlap.
Yeah,
so far.
that's what I'm saying.
My number 7 is staying in the somewhat sports genre, and it's from the gray box era, which I think was like the second wave of NES.
The
releases,
great ones.
in 1987, Rad Racer.
Oh, Rad
that's a
Racer
great game.
with the 3D glasses.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
did use those occasionally.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
But that was another one of the first games I remember playing and really loving. And I just loved getting to each new track and seeing what the pedestrian cars were going to be. Like, oh, I'm facing VW Bugs in this one, or Corvettes in the next one. But when I was little, I never got past like track 5, because 4 would kick my ass, and I would like run low on lives or whatever. And then by the time I got to 5 and lost once there, it was game over. No more continues.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But I still loved it. And it was probably one of the first games I also learned a code for so that I could skip to
Did it
the
have
later track.
passwords, or was it like a
No, it was
little level skip?
It was like you had to hold the 2 buttons and then do a certain
oh,
combination.
so it was like a code.
Yeah, and then you had to you couldn't even like just pick the track. You had to like move your little speedometer thing to a certain mark.
Yeah.
And then that meant you were going to go to track 6 or track 7 or whatever the later ones were. But I still had a lot of fun with that, and I remember it was another one that my dad really liked too, because we had that and RC Pro-Am, and
That's a great one.
That's another
RC
great
Pro-Am
one,
is tougher with the top-down view. And,
And the controls.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
weird to turn. And, with
Whereas
the
Rad
perspective.
Racer was just an old-fashioned arcade racer.
Yeah.
But now it's weird. I don't see it too often in all these classic shops, but it is only $7 loose and $48 complete.
I'd say it's a steal out of the way.
Yeah.
Was Radmobile like a sequel to it?
I don't know if it was related because I know why you brought that up.
I know, Encino Man.
I did get to play that once too. It was really cool.
It is cool.
was
I
at
played it.
arcade.
I played it at a Malibu Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Which no longer exists.
I don't think it's related at all. I think it just happens to
Because
both be rad. You know?
there was a Rad Racer 2.
There was.
Yeah.
Which we thought was really rare. Like me and Deuce were like, oh, we never heard of that. What the hell? And it was like,
It was like a couple years
$10.
later.
Huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, your number
Yes,
7.
Number 7. My number 7. We're sticking the sports and recreation. genre.
All right.
Yeah. My number 7 is the 1989 classic, The Black Bass.
The Black
yes,
Bass.
yeah.
Wow, I would have never expected you to put that on there.
So The Black Bass was one of the few games that I owned. My mom loved playing it for some reason, and so I played it. The music from The Black Bass is like etched in my brain for the rest of my life. I will never forget that music. The sounds of everything, the sounds of like the fishing pole, like letting the lure go, bringing it in, the music that plays, like the whole. It has like 3 tunes, and
Yeah.
it plays like just one constant. It's like 10 notes over and over and over again.
Maybe I'll put that in here somewhere. We'll just
Yeah.
I get the notes for
That
Black
sounds
Bass.
like a good way to end the
It is
show.
ridiculous. It's a ridiculous song. But it's etched in my brain. Like I said, my mom played it a lot because it was like a game that she liked. So I played it a lot too, and I just love it. It's not the most graphically impressive game ever in the world, and even on NES, it's not that great. But this game, Black Bass. I don't know if you guys, if anybody else.
I haven't played that on not the
never played
Nintendo version. I played the Super Nintendo one, which was
Super Black Bass, right?
Super Black Bass,
Yeah.
and that one seems to be really more intensive, like in the fishing hobby, because it asks you stuff about like lures, and I was like, I have no idea.
You can pick like a froggy lure. In
Yeah,
This one. You can
and
pick like a regular.
I thought I was
lure.
just gonna cast my freaking lure or whatever, and just fish, and then they asked me all these things. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't catch anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So the black bass is not in high demand, as you might guess. You can find a loose copy for $4.50.
I think it's the lowest we have so
Yeah.
far, $4.
But in box though, $35.
Oh,
So
wow,
we
look at
will-
that.
so
That should be
anybody's
kind of
birth-
funny to have that in the
I
box.
got a birthday coming up.
We'll get you the graded copy.
Yeah, the graded black bass. No, I'd want to play it. Yeah.
That's really great.
The black bass, man. Great game.
You just go to your wife like, look what I got.
Yeah, look what these schmucks got me. So they got graded.
It was so good.
Is it fish?
Oh man, Randall, can you top Mike's number 7?
All right, my number 7. It is the first movie tie-in video game to be featured here.
Okay.
From 1989, we have Batman the Video
Yes.
Game.
Yes.
Absolute classic.
An amazing game that I wish we had owned, but we only rented it.
Yep.
But it was just an incredible experience. Like, the gameplay still 100% holds up.
It
You
does.
You can absolutely
Very
play
much.
this game and
It's
have a
on
very
my
good time. You don't need the nostalgia goggles in order to enjoy this.
Yeah, it's I rented this game too, but it was cool because I hadn't played a game where I think this is one of the first games I played where you could bounce off the walls, like
Yeah.
Batman
They
could
created
hop
that
off of
system
them.
to get them to move it up there. 'cause
Exactly.
I guess the grapple hook, they just probably didn't want to deal with it. I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean it's hard to do a grapple hook on Nintendo. Only a
Yeah.
couple of games did it back
Bionic
then, like
Commando.
Bionic Commando.
That was it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pitfall.
Pitfall.
That was a whip.
That's a good call out. Yeah, that's the only you use the whip. All right. Well, was that what you had on that one, Randy?
Yeah, I mean, it's simple. I think
Oh.
we know it. We love it.
Did you ever beat it though?
I absolutely did not.
Yeah,
Most of
I
these
nope.
games, I did not beat as a
Yeah,
child.
I got stuck to, I think it was the third boss where you're finding. Oh no, maybe it was the second boss where you find like the wall basically.
Yeah. I got the largest baths on the basket.
I'm looking at my entire list right now, and I can tell you there's only one game. There's only one game that as a child I did beat, and I think we'll know why when we get
I think
to it.
I beat a few of them.
That is Sesame
We will
Street.
I
will
think-
know why I
had
did.
Maybe it was Tetris.
Of the 4 I've already said in my list, I never beat any of them.
I mean, beat Techno Super Bowl. I don't know what that means.
I
Exactly. That's
win the
different.
Super Bowl.
That's different.
Yeah, you win the Super Bowl. Yeah, so I guess no. I don't remember ever beating Double Dragon. So.
Are you
Oh wait,
counting,
no, I'm sorry.
Oh,
We did beat Double Dragon too.
Oh, no.
Are you
my
counting
bad.
Tetris as one you've beaten?
Not on Nintendo.
Okay.
How do you beat
that game?
Tetris?
Well, because I know if his stacking game would count as beating
Oh
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
It just beats you.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. To me, I won every time.
Yeah. My number 7, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, released
that's
October
great.
18th,
Oh, we
1987.
kept it sports, huh?
We did.
Yeah, we
we
did.
really did.
Sports
And it's
recreation.
even more weird coming from me, of all people.
Yeah.
But this one's a special case because it's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
It's incredible.
It's
I played
incredible.
it. I
It's
played it
one
a
of.
couple days ago.
Did you really?
I
See,
love it.
that's already a testament right
You
there.
can fire this up at any time.
We can
and
fire
be
this
like,
up
How
right
far
now."
Can I get?
Yeah.
No, not as far as I remember.
Yeah, we could fire this up right now. I'll try to beat Tyson. Still
Last
be here
year's
till like
fine.
midnight.
If
Yeah.
we can get the Tyson.
If you haven't played Punch Out, you really should. I believe the non-Mike Tyson version is on Switch Online.
Yep.
I also believe that the arcade version is on there. There's also Super Punch Out on Super Nintendo that's on there.
Also good.
On Switch Online.
Yes, also on Switch Online. But Super Punch Out, if you played it, is a pretty badass boxing game where you're
Tyson's.
Little Mac that Mike Tyson is the star of. The control scheme's pretty simple. You can dodge, you can kind of literally bob and weave. You have a few different punch options. The idea is that you're supposed to find a specific opening on each boxer that you're fighting. They're kind of like bosses, but not bosses. But that's literally all you're doing is you're fighting these boxing matches. I think 2 circuits to eventually fight Tyson. So each boxer has his own weakness. Like King Hippo, you kind of have to watch for an opening where you can punch his belly button and he gets stunned. You just beat that, just beat his face in. There's who was the Great Tiger? He's the guy with
Great Tiger.
the turban.
Yeah.
I don't think I got past him. I think
He
he
was
Well,
the
he
top
was
of-
dealt.
was
He was
the-
hard, yeah,
very hard.
because he had like a teleporting tornado move
Yeah.
where
Yep.
he would be juking left and right nonstop, and then you'd have to block him at the last possible second.
And I didn't know the later.
Me
I found it
neither.
out, but yeah, if
Yeah.
you didn't know how to do that,
It's
how could
almost
you possibly
it's almost
beat
like a
him?
parry. Like you kind of have to hit down and block as he's hitting you,
Yeah.
which is hard. And then then after you get through all that,
Yeah.
you have Mike Tyson who
Impossible.
can
2 hits.
Yeah.
like one hit knocks you down. Like, obviously, if you hit 3 times, it's a TKO.
Yeah.
I have not beaten Mike Tyson.
Never.
I'm almost 38. I've not beaten Mike Tyson once.
No.
I've gotten close,
Yeah.
right? We've all probably gotten close, but I've seen things down to people where it's like you could they've given you tips on like if you look at the audience the way they're blinking.
Oh,
you can,
yeah.
for
Yeah. I've
heard
openings.
that.
How Mike winks at you. There's like a shimmer in his eye that should
We're
be an
trying to
opening.
knock your ass out.
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, like as you're trying to catch glimpses of that, in that same instant, he could just punch you and knock you out.
Yeah, I've never beaten.
Yeah,
Just like a real fight with with
exactly.
Mike Tyson.
So for me, like this is just like such an easy game to pick up and play at any time.
It
You can
is,
play for
yeah.
5 minutes, an hour.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It's not terribly long if you're good at it, and then it does have with the incentive to kind of figure out the enemy weaknesses. It does make it a little bit easier to retry because you're trying to figure out how to beat them. Because if you're trying to go to like traditional boxing tactics, however that may be, and translate Nintendo,
No.
it's not going to work. You're not going to get them tired and be able to kidneys body blow them or something. Like you really have to go for their weaknesses, which means you're paying attention to their patterns, seeing what you can and can't block. It's just an excellent game from end to end.
I never played it when it was Mike Tyson's. I only played it recently on like Virtual Console or
Wow.
Switch Online.
Yeah.
And I've only gotten past the initial, what's the intermediate circuit or something in the
Yes.
Yeah, I've only gotten past that like once or twice. And then I get to like the
It's
first
really
boxer.
hard.
Yeah, and I'm just like I need to watch more playthroughs on YouTube or something to see what they've already picked up on. And
Well, and also it's there's also a few speedruns I've watched online where they're doing it blindfolded, which is
Insane.
just
Oh,
makes
yeah.
me feel even worse that I've not beaten Mike Tyson. But
It should make you feel better that you have better things to do and learn how to play this game blindfolded.
Yeah.
I guess it's just
are they doing it like on audio cues?
yeah, I think that's exactly how I was picking it up. Is just
God.
whatever audio cues and maybe the crowd. I don't know what he was doing. It was something ridiculous, but he's definitely blindfolding. He was definitely beating the game, which was very minimal issue. It was ridiculous.
Insane.
Which is what we're gonna have to do to you in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he already do that by going to the bathroom in another room
Yeah.
with the controller and still
Yeah,
beating
there was
you?
that one time we were playing Turbo
Oh,
or Hyper
yeah,
Fighting.
you were
Yeah, I
drunk
was
too.
in your bathroom when you had that house over
Yeah.
there.
Were you
And-
drinking too?
No, I was not.
No,
drinking.
That was a different night.
That was a different one.
There was one where you were like drinking and beating us still.
Oh,
It was ridiculous.
the idea. I was talking to Hammy about this a couple weeks ago because we were telling Dan about. But yeah, it was. I had to take a shot after. First, it was after every one win,
Yeah.
and we realized that was too
That's
fast, which is
insane.
very
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
And it was after every 2 wins, and I
Which
think
is still
it's still. It was just stupid to begin with.
Yeah.
And I think I got to like 26 wins, and
Yeah.
I couldn't function
You
anymore.
were crushed.
I'm sorry I wasn't there
Yeah, I
because
was-
after a few shots, like I absolutely could have given you a
Yeah,
break.
this guy all of a
I would have been
sudden-
able to be
This
like,
guy.
all right, sit down.
I had a
sit down."
10-win
Like-
streak. I had a 10-win
like,
streak on him the other night, and then
That
another
would've been
5
sober.
win. You would have
Not,
beat me.
no, he
back
would not
then.
have been sober. He just wouldn't have been, on the verge of dying from alcohol.
Yeah.
he would have gotten a break every once in a while.
Yeah, it was dumb. But yes, there are stipulations I've done, and
Mastered.
I was
I
thinking.
don't say master. I guess persevere.
I was thinking for this new one, we'll figure out a way so you can play with only one hand.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
No, get him
Oh,
one of
yeah.
those.
Bomb on
Get him one of those adaptive controllers, like
Yeah.
like he's disabled.
Like here you go. You got 3 buttons, and so you can use. Oh, you can jump too.
Yeah.
So we go to
6
number
now.
6.
Still
okay.
Deucey, go to number 6.
Don't have a same yet, right?
No,
No.
not
No
yet.
repeats.
No repeats.
We're
I think we'll
going
have some
to
later.
very soon.
Yeah, we're ramping up that way though for sure.
So my number 6 probably still won't be a repeat. Coming out in 1991, Tiny Toon Adventures.
Oh yeah, that's
What
a great one.
game.
That's a great one.
It's on my honorable mentions. But
Yeah.
it's not-
Yes. This one was probably one of my favorite, like cartoon. What do you call that? Cartoon movie adaptations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is when they were coming out
Left
like
and
every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It was freaking bliss at our age. We were like 7 or 8 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also remember it being one of the earlier games that I could beat in like a single playthrough.
Yeah, it wasn't too difficult. That's why I liked it too. Is that it was really fair.
Yeah.
There wasn't any point of the game where it just felt cheap or overly difficult.
I distinctly remember the 4th boss was kind of annoying. It was like a giant gorilla on a skyscraper. It was kind of a
yeah.
Donkey Kong, King Kong-esque type
Mm-hmm.
thing, but that could get annoying. You just had to outlast him. You didn't even have to hit him. You just had to not get knocked off the building.
Oh, really? Just like a test of endurance, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the last world, like Montana Max's mansion, I remember was pretty tough. I didn't beat it too often. I didn't beat it as often as the Game Boy version. Those were always easier in comparison.
They were.
But yeah, I just remember playing that a ton. Like when we were first making this list, that was probably one of the first games that popped in my head because I couldn't even remember what else I owned.
I had a few games that popped in my head that I thought you would put on your list, and that was obviously one of them.
Nice.
There's a few others I think.
Probably
yet to be
still
revealed.
to come.
Yeah, still to come. Perhaps. Unless you throw a curveball my way.
I probably will. Maybe. Well, no, never mind. It's you know me too well for the rest of this list.
I think mine going forward is pretty basic. Like
I think as we get like top 5, it's probably gonna look
Yeah.
pretty
going into
confined,
this,
yeah.
I expected everyone's bottom 5 to be extremely varied.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And maybe
I
something
agree.
that would be in a top 5 for one of us, which I've definitely heard some.
I knew there's 2 that I knew would not be on either of your lists, 100%.
Oh yeah,
Fester's
Fester?
Quest,
Yeah,
yes.
had a festering idea.
Tiny Toons now is still reasonable. It's at the $14 loose and only 61 complete.
That's actually pretty good because.
But I also never really see it at the stores.
I
either.
never see it either. That's I would expect it to be higher because that's again one of those beloved franchises that I would expect to be more expensive. Not that I want it to be more expensive.
And I'm assuming because of rights and everything, it'll never come to like Switch Online. or
Probably not
other stuff.
or unless they could do some compilation again like Disney Afternoon where maybe
That'd be
they'll,
nice.
they'll do it. Yeah, I wish they would.
like a Konami Warner Brothers.
Yeah, that would be.
collection.
They have so many great games
Yeah.
back then for those. Oh my god,
That would be cool.
Mike, you're number 6.
My number 6 is, I think, one that's going to be near and dear to everybody's heart. It's a June 25th, 1989 classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yes,
First one.
the
Ooh.
first game.
First game.
Yes,
the first game. This was one of the first games I ever got with the NES. I didn't get a Nintendo. I didn't get anything. I got Super Mario Brothers, obviously, came with the Nintendo, but this is the second game I got, and I loved it. It's so funny because now it's like notorious for how difficult it is. But for me, I was like 4 or 5, so that's like all relative. Like all games are difficult
Yeah,
to me.
exactly.
I don't, you know, like that doesn't, just the concept of playing
Plus,
this game is hard.
It was the Ninja Turtles. That's all that really mattered.
That's it.
for
That's all that
kids.
mattered.
It's
I
like
could play as
you're playing
Michelangelo.
Ninja Turtles on Nintendo. That's all you needed.
like Michelangelo had always been my favorite Ninja Turtle, and just being able to play as him is like the most amazing thing. And they look like them, and like it was pretty fun. Yeah, the seaweed thing is tough, but I got through that eventually at some point.
yeah, it was really difficult, and you do get past it, but then the rest of the game's also just infinitely more difficult than that was anyway.
Like I even learned as a kid, like, oh, I kind of have to play as Donatello, or Donatello.
Well, you could switch through them, but ironically, like my favorite was Donatello, and he was the best character to use because of his range.
Yeah,
yeah,
his range.
So I didn't have too much trouble in like the first level or two.
Yeah.
But once Donatello dies, it was like, okay, well now I'm out of tricks.
I only have like good nostalgia of this game because, like I said, because it's just like relative. You know, it's difficult, but everything was difficult for me. I didn't.
Plus, it looked really awesome. The music was pretty damn good.
The music was good. It looked good. Yeah.
Yeah,
it
like
was
I
fun.
loved. I almost put this on my list too, but I didn't just because there was the other games just kind of squeezed it out. It's a top game for me, absolutely for sure for me.
Yeah, I never played the arcade. Well, I played the arcade Ninja Turtle, but I never played like the Turtles 2 or 3 that came out on NES.
The fighters or the brawlers.
The next one I ever played was Turtles in Time, like way later. So this was all I knew of Turtles. So I didn't know there were like better games than this out there anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly, like I didn't know what was better for me anyway.
Yeah,
like I said,
so
the only thing I saw when I was a kid is like, oh, Ninja Turtles, oh, on the Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all. That's all I needed to know at that time.
The box art's interesting because they're all wearing the red bandanas.
Yeah, which threw me off as a kid.
Yeah,
I didn't understand.
I was like, is it a bunch of Raphaels?
Yeah, I totally didn't. I totally didn't connect that until way later.
Yeah. So, also a very popular game. So there's a lot of them out there. If you want a loose copy of Ninja Turtles, you can find that usually for around $10. A sealed full copy is going to be around $67.76, which is
That's actually not bad.
Not bad. Like both of those are pretty reasonable. Really popular games. There's just a lot of them out there.
Randy.
All right, 6. Gentlemen, we have our first repeat.
Oh, here we go.
Not
It
only
only
do
took
we have
4
our
entries.
first repeat, it's an on the button number 6.
Uh-oh.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Oh,
Turtles.
wow.
Let's go.
Look at that.
Let's go, baby.
Do we need to talk about this
Well,
one?
so I guess-
What about yourself?
Well, I mean, obviously, okay, yeah, obviously, of course, I was going to talk about my memories of it, which are great. I was like every, child of my age was very much into Teenage
We were
Mutant Ninja Turtles at that
Turtlemania.
time.
We were
Yeah,
the perfect
I had
age for that, yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, everything. I had a Michelangelo cereal bowl that we got,
I had a Donatello
probably
belt.
from a Teenage Mutant
nice.
Ninja Turtle cereal that we shipped off for. Like,
Yeah.
I was Raphael for Halloween once.
I love
I was Donatello in
I
first
was
grade.
Raphael for
I was
Halloween
Michelangelo
as well.
Oh, we could have been the Ninja Turtles
Yeah,
together,
we could have
guys.
been.
We I guess we technically were, just different parts of
Yeah.
the area we lived in.
Yeah.
Because
We
I
never
was
found each other. We
I was like first grade.
Yeah,
I was
as a-
like 6 when I
As
dressed
a
as
child,
Donatello.
Michelangelo was my favorite, and then when I became a little older and more resentful, I identified more with Raphael.
Of course. Yeah, I was always
But
a
this
Michelangelo.
was a really great game. There's certain things that really stand out to me, like being Donatello and fighting either Bebop or Rocksteady, and just hopping up into the corner
Oh,
there
yeah.
and just shoving the bow staff down
his head.
to where he can't get you, and he
Yep.
just keeps jumping into it.
That's like
and
the
you
first
move on.
trick
Like
you learn
that's
as a kid almost.
it is. It's the very first trick to use, and
Yeah.
you learn really fairly quick that Donatello is just by
OP.
far the
Yeah,
best
the best
because the only thing, all the weapons had the same power, but his had the longest reach.
Yeah, you could really get people with his.
I distinctly remember. I know a lot of people were like agonized over the water level, but I think that I just played that so much that I did not have much difficulty with the water level. I could navigate that no problem. My problems always came after the water level
Yep.
when you were able to start driving, not knowing what to do anymore.
The
and
water-
then my game would end.
The water level becomes a lot easier when you realize that you can switch the turtles in
Yeah.
real time, right?
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
can
yeah.
switch. You can have like 4 life bars essentially in a
Yeah.
way. But I didn't think that as a kid because I wanted to play as Donatello the whole time. So if
Yeah.
I died, it would restart the level
With a different one.
with a different turtle. So
Yeah.
you end up dying before you get out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that game.
It's a
so
great
good.
game. I love it.
It's not great, but
And
it's
Mike
great.
just told you the prices, so I think we can move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
Sweet.
so my number 6 is a repeat, but a little bit higher up.
okay.
It's Ninja Gaiden.
Nice.
Yeah, we went through this already, but for me, I love this game because even currently, I love these kind of action Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, just these stupidly, perhaps overly difficult action games. and a lot of it started with like Ninja Gaiden and some of those older beat 'em up games. So I played this again. I played this as a teenager. I didn't have this as a kid. Like I'd always seen it in magazines. I'd seen it in the store. I just never got to rent it. And then I got really into the Xbox version, which was sort of like a remake in a sense, or like a reboot of the original game. And that Xbox version actually had all 3 Nintendo versions unlockable in there.
It did?
Yeah, it was really cool. You because you collect those gold scarabs and you could cash them in. I forgot where at the shop it has, and then you could get all 3 versions on there. It's ripped out the ports, of course, because
Yeah.
why else would they include that on there? But yeah, great game. Insanely difficult, but a classic in my eyes. All right, Deucy, you're number 5.
So we're into the top
We're in the top 5 of
Crazy.
this insane list.
And my number 5 came out in 1990, Star Tropics.
Oh,
I never played it, but it always
Yeah.
had a cool cover.
It was one of the first games I remember that had a story. It was like, it had RPG elements, but it wasn't Final Fantasy. Or it was also kind of a dungeon crawler like Zelda, but it wasn't Zelda. It wasn't, what do you call that? Open world like that.
Yeah.
It was very, you go to this island, you go to this
They gave you a
dungeon.
perception as an open world,
Yeah.
though, because you would travel with the submarine.
And I played all the way through. It did have a save file, but I do remember like losing whole weekends to it, and I actually beat it without a guide or anything, and I was just like, oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's I remember I played this later too. I got it at Kmart when they had that big old clearance sale in the late 90s for like they got rid of all their Nintendo games.
Yeah.
And I remember I got it because you had told me about it way before this.
Yeah.
And I'd never played it before, and I was shocked at how awesome it was. Because I'd done the same thing. Like I played right through it, not really knowing what to expect. I think I borrowed a Nintendo Power from you though to finish it because I can't remember.
Because there are certain elements like I remember renting this and maybe borrowing it from a friend, so I never had the instruction book or the box, and it's kind of infamously known as the game that you needed the box or the instruction. No,
it was a
piece of
letter.
paper.
It was the letter that your uncle in the game had written to you, which I had because
and
I
you
bought
had
it.
to put it
yeah.
in water so you could get the secret code.
What?
Yeah.
And then the submarine would take you to the next level.
What?
Because there's a so the whole premise of the game is like your uncle is an archaeologist and he's obviously missing. So then in the submarine you have that your uncle leaves you to go explore and to go find them. There's a robot in there that says like check the frequency or something like that. And then you take the letter that your uncle wrote you that's included in there, and you dip it in water, and all of a sudden the magic ink appears, and it says 747, which is what you enter in the game.
Yeah.
Which then transports you to the next section of the game, which I think is like I think it's like in space or something, like in the space station or something like that. I forgot where. Or gets you out of the whale.
Yeah, and it's because you never go to space, but there is aliens.
Yes.
And spaceships and stuff. But yeah, I definitely needed the Nintendo Power for that because I think though from Blockbuster, they would put on the back of the box, they put the code on there.
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, that's helpful of them. It wasn't just a typical Blockbuster legalese or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was actually, here, you're going to need this.
So this was ported, or they released the port of this on, I think it was the 3DS and the Wii U. And they actually did a digital version of the letter that you would drop water on to reveal the code. So they still kind of kept that, real world puzzle solving.
Yeah.
But translated
That's
digitally,
pretty
which is
cool.
pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And these days, it's a pretty popular game. I've always wanted to play the sequel, and I never have.
Zora's
yet.
Revenge. Yeah. I didn't play much either.
But it's only $9 loose, and I think I recently picked it up loose. Yeah, no instructions, but it's got a hard case cover. $45 complete.
Dang.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. Yeah. Mike, you're number 5.
Number 5. This one is from September 1989. This is Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here's why this one was so high. It had an aura of brilliance to it because It was the first video game that I was allowed to play on the big TV in the living room. Because forever my grandfather wouldn't let me play video games in the living room because he thought it would burn into the TV screen. And then I'd ruin the TV. And for my birthday, after the birthday party, he let me play. I think I was turning 5. And he let me play Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle on the TV. And sure enough, it did burn an image in there for a little while. I thought I was gonna get in trouble. Yeah. It went away eventually. I just remember being like terrified. But because of that, it'll always be like this revered game for me because I gotta play it on the big
you just
TV.
have that fond of a poignant memory for you.
Yeah, and it was also like a it was also one of the first puzzle type games that I played. That was like, because I was expecting like a side scroller. Because there was a Bugs Bunny games that had come out that I had played before, maybe after, I don't remember. But there was one that was a side scroller, basically. But this one was a puzzle game where you had to like move things around and try and not get killed by
Daffy and Sylvester.
Yeah, the Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
They all made different appearances.
Yeah, but I loved it. It was just one of the more fun puzzle games I played, and like it always had that big significant reason for why I love it so much and I'll always remember it. So if you want to get this game, it's not too hard. Just go to your local video game store, wherever that is, and a loose copy of it will run you around $10, $9.91, and a complete copy though, if you find a complete copy, will be $51. So $51.
Pretty reasonable.
Complete.
I would
not
say.
too bad. Not too bad. Number 5. All right,
Randy, your number
All right,
5.
my number 5 list. The only game other than Double Dragon 2 that I beat as a child when we owned it and played it. And when I tell you what the game is, you'll know why. At number 5, from 1988, Contra.
Oh, yes.
And we all know why I beat that. Up, up, down, down, left, right.
That's select, man.
Now, this was, again, another game like Double Dragon where you could have the 2 players play at the same time. So, obviously, my dad could carry my sorry, dumb kid to a victory. Now, granted, with the Konami code, I was able to win on my own, but it was always better to do it with him. Just having the spread gun, but when I was a kid, I loved the laser gun because I just loved lasers.
Yeah, lasers were a
word
cool
that
thing.
is.
Yeah.
The Konami code gave you 100 lives?
It gave
30.
you 90,
30?
30?
30.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't remember.
it
I
was
never
30.
played it on the NES.
So yeah, it was,
30
and honestly,
feels like
that's
100.
Yeah.
that's fair for one player because you could absolutely die 30 times.
You could die 30 times in the first level.
Yeah, that thing's so hard. Even
It's
Super C gets
insanely
tough.
hard.
And it's worse because I think the second or third level, which is even worse than co-op, is like when you're going vertically.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
So-
it's the second.
Yeah, it might be the second.
Second level.
Well, because I'm thinking like because you have the first level and you go into that that
Oh,
word
yeah.
behind the back. So yeah, second level, whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, you're both are having to jump in co-op in unison
Yeah.
to get to the top. So I can only imagine what your dad was dealing with.
You go on ahead. Go first.
Yeah.
And you're
Just let you
dodging
get killed
bullets.
over and over.
And you're dodging bullets on top of all that. Yeah.
That's
But
great.
yeah, it was a great game.
good.
Probably I think it was probably the best shooting game on this Nintendo for me, for my money. And
Yeah.
speaking of for my money, if I wanted to buy it, loose cartridges, $37.54.
Wow.
That's up there, but
And a complete edition, $185.45.
yep.
But you're really paying for that quality.
Yeah, you are. Or may I suggest you go buy the Contra Anniversary Collection, often on
Yes.
sale pretty much ever for $5.
Is it
Very
the same
much.
game? Or-
Huh?
It's all of them.
It has all of them. So
Ooh,
it's got
Super C, man, that's a good one.
yeah, you should just buy
It
now-
even has
yeah.
the European robot versions.
They called it what do they call it?
Probotector?
Probotector.
Yeah, Probotector.
Yeah, the Contra Anniversary Collection has the NES games, the arcade versions.
Sega?
Yeah, it's Contra Hardcore on there.
That's a great one, too.
Either way, it has Contra 3, of course.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't have Contra 4 from the DS, but it has like all the 16-bit ones, and it's
What a
100% worth it. It's
what
like
a great
$20
series.
normally, but it's always on sale for $5. It's
Yeah.
absolutely worth that.
Great series.
Yeah. All right, so for my number 5, we have another tie,
Oh.
and it's Star Tropics.
Nice.
I put that at my number 5. Yeah.
Whoa,
So
look at you guys. We
yeah,
shared one.
yeah, exactly. It's like I don't know, you share the same number, same
This
game.
is why we're our respective best fans.
Yeah,
ladies and
I was
Yes.
gonna say, yeah. It's as if we all grew up. We grew up with that person. That's
yeah.
so funny.
It's we dived into Star Tropics already. There's not much really more to be said, but definite favorite of mine. I think it's overlooked. It's weird because when I was younger, I felt like this game was sort of highly revered, and people remember it more fondly or some nostalgia for it. And now it seems like people are less receptive of it because they feel like it's too derivative of Zelda or it doesn't stand its own legs. But it's like, I don't know. It seems like it does a lot on its own
I was
pretty
gonna say,
well.
yeah.
And it's a really good game. It's not stupidly difficult. The movement's kind of clunky because it's literally like restricted to 4 cardinal directions. If I remember, like you can't go diagonally.
And no, you can't go diagonally, and you also like once you jump a certain direction, you can't change it.
Yeah, you have to commit to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, excellent game. We'll move on to Deucy's number 4.
So number 4, this is we're in the top 5 greatest of all time for me, and it's my first repeat from one of you guys.
Oh.
Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle.
Let's go! Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle. Let's go.
I have it so highly up here because for me, it's also kind of like you, another core memory where I remember it's only single player, but I do remember my dad and I would spend a lot of time on it, taking turns,
Nice.
just trying to figure out the way to get through the levels. And there's a ton of levels.
And they're tough sometimes.
Yeah. And there's like it's a password system. You don't even get to save and return. You have to like write down 4 or 5 letters each time.
Yep.
And there were a couple levels where based on enemy movement, if you didn't do a certain thing right off the bat, you were basically screwed. And we both learned that the hard way by a lot of trial and error. But yeah, that's why it's up there. Another cartoon character for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I was allowed to play it. They were like, "Here, it's a Bugs Bunny game, but it's
for
hard
kids.
as hell."
It's really hard.
But it's got great music that's
Yeah.
sometimes gets stuck in my head randomly. I'm like,
You did text me that a while back. That
I
you
was
randomly
like,
had it
I
stuck in
haven't
your
played
head.
this game in 30 years.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm remembering the pipe music.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Great game.
still love that game.
Yep.
I even recently got my dad the Game Boy version.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, Mike, give us your number 4.
Yeah. My number 4 is from 1989. It is the California Games.
California.
Whoa.
Okay, this one's actually a genuine shocker because
I love California Games.
we could say Fester's Quest is awful, but this one,
I love California. I don't know. I put up with anybody. I don't
I'm
know
sure you would.
It was one of the first. It was one of the first ones I ever played. It was my cousin's, again, one of my cousin's games, and I really, really wanted to get good at doing the half pipe, and I was really bad at it for like a long time. I kept falling. I couldn't figure out. And I finally figured out how to do it, and that was like the most fun I ever had. And then the surfing, I was like, okay, this is also awesome. Then the hacky sack was also awesome. And I don't know. I just like. It was the first time I saw a game like that. I just genuinely enjoyed California Games.
Yeah, that was one of the earlier game compilations. It seems like where they had
Yeah.
like what was it like Skate or Die and 720.
Yeah.
Where they had like those mini games within them, and they're all kind of different.
One of my honorable mentions is like that.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So California Games, great game. Like I said, lots of variations and things like that you could do with it. It was really great. It also, they made a lot of them, so it's pretty cheap. You can get it for $9.99 loose right now, or $44.38 in box. This is one of the cheaper games in total that we have.
I think so.
far.
I'm actually surprised it's not. Well, never mind. I think the cheapest we have was Fester's Quest at like $37.
So if you're like, I need to complete Mike's top 10, start with that one.
Start with that one.
Start there.
Randall, you're number 4.
All right, my number 4. It's been said before.
California
It's
Games.
probably gonna be said again, or else I might disown some friends here. We're Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
There we go.
This is all right. So when we get to the top 4, these are all 4 games that I have put time into it throughout all of my life, whether it was as a child, as a teenager, as an adult, now. Like I've played these pretty consistently, so this one is one of the easiest games ever as far as just pick up and play and immediately get into it and try to remember how to get past King Hippo or so on and so forth.
Soda Popinski.
Yeah, and I genuinely, as a kid, I don't recall.
Pull out a core line right here.
He's like my favorite one. Yeah.
I don't recall getting much further past King Hippo as a kid.
Yeah, he because after I think it was Piston Honda, and that's when it started to ramp
He was
up.
a problem, and I did beat him before, but then it was the Tiger Dude, like,
And Bald Bull and
I never saw him. The Macho Man, like the.
Soda
he was
Popinski was
ridiculous.
originally
He was a beer.
Wasn't he vodka?
Oh yeah.
Drinkski or something like
Yeah.
that.
I don't know if it was
Some-
Drinsky.
It was some ridiculous thing like that. Yeah. And they made him change it for the North American market.
Yeah.
But yeah, great game. And definitely do remember the Mike Tyson specific version.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
knowing that boss was just unbelievable.
That cover.
I was just about to mention
Yeah,
the
the
cover
cover was
is
great.
iconic. Like that's Tyson at his prime.
Yeah. And Tyson was a larger than life figure when we were kids.
He was.
Yeah. He was like a superhero. He was like as close to like a real life superhero as you can get. And that game just made him more.
The non-Tyson version, the one that's everywhere now.
It's Punch Out featuring Mr.
Mr.
Dream.
What does he even look like? Is it just Tyson without a face tattoo?
No, I think
He didn't have a face tattoo.
didn't have a
Yeah.
face tattoo.
yeah, that's way too early. I don't really know what he looks like. I've never really seen him.
Exactly.
I think he looks totally different. Like he doesn't.
I've never gotten to the last stage of that.
Yeah, I think he's. I haven't played much of the regular version.
Yeah.
Like I bought that because it was cheap.
Right. Speaking of cheap, what's the price on this one?
Well, it's been said before, but it is loose $37.81 complete, $212.48. So this, so far, is our most expensive game that we've
It
talked
is.
about, and that is strictly because of the Mike Tyson branding and the reprints being without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The versions. So yeah, after Mike Tyson got in some legal trouble, we'll say, and he got in prison, they released the Mr. Dream version, and that version loose is $15, complete is $47.
Normal.
So it's like 1/6 of the price if you have Mike, or 6 times the price if
God,
you
I
want
don't know
Mike
what that
Tyson. on it.
graded would be. It must have been crazy.
It must be some. I'm
Well,
sure
the
ridiculous.
new cartridge was
Yeah.
how much did
I think
say
you
that
said
was?
$5,000. Is
It
that
is
what you said?
$5,191.
Yeah,
So
that means someone paid for that at some point in time.
and it usually sells 4 times a year.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. So that's an average. Yeah, it could be 10,000.
That's what it says right
Be
here.
on the lookout.
Yeah.
Autumn is upon
Put a
us.
bolo on there.
Ask your wife,
Yeah.
or your
Yeah.
friend's wife, apparently.
Yeah.
All right, my number 4 is a repeat from earlier, and it's Batman the video game.
Great game.
Yeah, we went into this. Did both of you have this on your list? I've already
So
forgotten.
far,
Was
it's only
this-
been me.
Was this you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on
This-
my honorable mentions.
This game's like an absolute classic to me. I got this at, again, Video Express. That's where we rented games early on and where we bought a lot of the used ones. I bought this one used. The cover was, although for me back then was awesome enough. It had the blue Sunsoft bar on the top, had the big old 1989 Batman logo in the middle, and then you played the game and it played so well. The music was so good. It's just amazing. Like
Good old
it's-
classic purple Batman.
yeah, purple Batman. He had like his boomerangs. He had like
Yeah.
a rocket shot thing. I don't know if I felt like Batman when I played it.
Batman using a gun.
Yeah, and Batman was using a gun. Enemies were exploding too. They
Yeah,
weren't
I
being knocked
remember you
out.
playing it at first and like, this isn't Batman.
Yeah.
Does it do this?
Yeah, there's a lot that isn't Batman, but it's Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good enough to where you're like, all right, it's Batman. It's cool.
Looks like him. That's fine.
And it was a must play because that movie that it was tied into was huge.
yeah, and it had
We
cutscenes that were
didn't
still in
have
the
a
movie.
whole lot of comic book movies back then, so that one
Like none.
was the gold standard.
Well, and
it
this-
also might have been the first one I saw in theaters that wasn't a cartoon.
Yeah, and this was one in earlier. I mean, because this came out shortly after the 1989 movie, but it's also like we already had a bunch of movie tie-ins too that were awful.
Yep.
Like two immediately come to mind that I'm pretty sure came out before this was Predator, Total Recall. I think Indiana Jones probably came out before this as well, and that was awful. So this was, as loosely based as on the Batman movie. It's a really amazing game overall. It's really worth it.
Yeah, they had the Joker, they had his henchmen, and then everything else was just like, no, this is just the video
Yeah,
game.
it was-
We're not trying to be the movie.
It was
Yeah.
close enough to the plot that you didn't. Also, it's like how many of us? Granted, I was really young. I hadn't seen this theater anyway. But it's like, for all you know, this was how the movie played out. Joker's at the end. You're getting there at some
You're
some
climbing
point.
you're climbing the clock tower.
Yeah.
That's all you needed.
You're fighting a giant wall robot thing. It makes sense. So if you wanted to buy this right now, the loose copy is $12. Very fair, complete, 71. Still reasonable if you're a huge Batman fan.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but still up there.
Yeah.
top 3 now.
Ooh, top
We're getting
3.
close here. Deucy,
And
kick us off with number 3.
my number 3 is kind of a group, but the one I picked out of the group is what I remember as the first game I got excited for a release, and I could not wait until either my birthday or Christmas to get it. Darkwing Duck.
Oh, there it is. I knew this was on the list.
I love that game, man.
And it's also, I also rank all of the Disney Capcoms up there with it. DuckTales, Chip and Dale, Tailspin. But Darkwing Duck was the one I was the most excited for because I had already played those other 3 and I already owned them. And like DuckTales, I remember was the first game I could beat on my own and in a single playthrough. Rescue Rangers was the first game I remember doing co-op on screen with my dad. And then Tailspin, I was just a big fan of the cartoon, so Darkwing Duck was the same thing. And then I find out years later that it was like kind of built on the same engine as Mega Man 5.
Yeah, I had read that as well, and I was very shocked about that because it didn't make any sense.
And then it was sort of that aha moment where you're looking back at it, you're like, oh yeah, you do just kind of run around and shoot everything in front of you.
It's
yeah,
true.
and even his jump kind of looks like Mega Man when Mega Man has his hand up. And
Yeah,
his
and he has
cannon out.
like one foot up or one webbed foot up.
Yeah.
But it was a little better than Mega Man. You had a little more movement. You could hang off things and
Well, they made it more like you're playing as Darkwing
Yeah.
Duck versus just Mega Man, who's a duck.
With a new skin.
With a new skin, yeah.
Thank God. And now, if you wanted to get it, I think this has the record so far on the list.
Oh,
Ooh.
For a loose copy, $70.
Dang.
wow.
For complete, $303.
Oh my God! I didn't know it was so rare or so expensive loose either.
Dawn's on the hunt now.
I don't even know if I
Let's
have
go,
that. I don't think I got
bankrupt.
Darkwing Duck. Do I? I don't have it yet.
I don't think so.
Gotta
No.
add it. Gotta save the ducats.
Wow, I gotta see my ducats.
And it's funny because this is the last one of the solo or the what do you call it, the first games, because after this DuckTales 2 and Rescue Rangers 2 came out, and they were more rare because it was during the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, those are disgustingly expensive.
But this,
especially DuckTales 2.
I guess 92 the Super Nintendo had come out by then.
The Super Nintendo was out in '91,
Yeah.
but it's like it always takes a couple years for a new console generation to kind of get rolling.
So I guess this kind of falls into that category as well. Like Super Nintendo was already out. And,
Yeah, like Super Nintendo was going up, and then Nintendo was obviously.
But I
ramping
didn't
down.
get a Super until 93 ish. So I was still super pumped for this one to come out.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's a great choice.
It's a good one.
Mike, your prestigious number 3.
All right, my number 3 is the last sports game that I'm going to talk about.
Oh, wow, sports field list here.
Yeah, this the last one is my favorite
Oh,
sports
yes.
game of all of the NES games.
I know what it's gonna be.
September 1987.
Oh wow,
Double Dribble.
Yes.
double dribble.
Double
there it is.
dribble. Yeah, so it had VO, which I'd never seen before. They didn't say double dribble. They couldn't pronounce like too many letters, I guess, so it would be double dibble. But there's a lot of really cool parts about this game. One of them is it feels like a sim more than like a Atari type sports game. It was like the first one where I felt like, oh, I'm actually kind of playing like a real basketball game here. So that was one. Secondly, I even remember as a kid knowing that like I would call the teams what they were supposed to be. So like I think Boston was the Frogs and they were green, and I can't remember what the Bulls were, but they were some other name too, and they were red. And then I knew it was the Boston Celtics, and I knew it was the Chicago Bulls. I always played as the Frogs. And I love the game because one of the biggest parts about it was it had cutscenes when you would do slam dunks. It would be like, and like 3 frames would go over the screen of you like doing this crazy 360 spin behind the back slam dunk into the net. And I just remember always wanting to do those. Those are like my favorite things to do. And it was just like fun to play. It was one of the first games I ever owned. It was maybe the first next to like Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. It was probably the first one, and I absolutely played it all the time.
It was definitely one of the first ones that I remember, like that first iteration of the first generation of Nintendo games that I got to play when we got one.
Yeah.
Double Dribble was one of them.
It's so fun.
Was that a game that like you had picked out? Was it your mom or something bought it for you?
When we got our NES on layaway from Kmart.
There you go.
It took like 3 months. We got it, and then there was just like a bunch of games we can get like for cheap, and so it came with Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers. But then we got Double Dribble, Bass, Black Bass,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Ninja Turtles all together.
You get your
So,
key
yeah.
games right
Yeah,
out the
yeah,
gate.
those 3 out of the
That is
gate.
a
Yeah,
range.
yeah. So those 3: Black Bass, Ninja Turtles, double dribble. Because I like basketball, and I was never good at it, but I like basketball a lot, still do. And obviously Ninja Turtles, so I had to get those 2. Yeah, so that was the big deal. Yeah. So this game is pretty easy to find. It is $4.74.
Ooh, that might be our new cheapest.
No, Black Bass still.
Is it Black Bass still cheaper?
Black Bass $4.55.
Ah.
Yeah. But in inbox full is $27.73, which is the least amount.
I
of
think
all
that
of
is the cheapest.
Yeah,
for
because
the
the Black
complete
Bass
ones.
was $35.
Yeah. Fester isn't so bad now.
Yeah. It just means they made a lot of them because they were really good, Don.
Apparently so.
People love basketball.
Yeah.
Fester's rare. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Oh,
All right.
Jesus.
Yeah, and that's my number 3.
Randy, lay
All
us
right.
your number 3.
My number 3, going into a personal favorite, a little dip into a little
I hope
more
these
obscure.
are all personal.
Well, no, I know, but I mean, like, particularly, this is a really obscure title.
These
but
are really beneath
maybe-
Randy's surface.
This is his Black
maybe
Bass.
you saw this
Yeah.
in the Fred Savage classic movie, The Wizard. We were talking about Super Mario Brothers 3.
I'll get
Go figure, right?
Yeah.
I did not own this game. So this is, it's crazy. I did not own this game, but I played it so much. This was always the go-to game to play when I'd go to someone else's house who owned it. And there's just so much to say about this because the first game was obviously incredible. The second one was rebranded, like it was a completely different game.
It was literally a different game.
That they
Yeah, but it was
slapped,
still fun.
that they slapped Super Mario. Yeah, and it was still a good game. Like I'm not saying it was a bad game, but it wasn't the same. And then this one took what Super Mario Brothers 1 did and then just added so many extra features to it. Unfortunately, since I didn't own it, I couldn't really fully learn to exploit those features.
Yeah, like the warp whistles and all that good
and
stuff.
knowing where things were. So it was always like a true like experience playing it because I didn't know any of these shortcuts. Not like the first one. All of us would agree that's an outstanding game, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, and
Spoiler alert.
I was gonna say, spoiler alert for me, Randy. That's also my
Oh,
number 3.
jeez. Oh, here we go
Tying it
again.
up. Insanely influential, spectacular game. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many things you could remember from it, like from the P-Wing,
Yep.
Toad's little power-up house where you could go in there and play like basically like a roulette game.
Yep.
You have each world has a distinct look. For me, I was a huge fan of the world where I think it was World 4 where all the enemies are huge, all the sprites are huge.
yeah.
That was crazy.
Right,
Yeah,
because
man.
when you're again, I had played Mario Brothers 1, of course. I didn't play 2 until after 3 because at the time no one I knew really had 2, but everyone I knew had 3.
Yeah.
And same thing. Like I didn't get it for like a long time either. Like I was just playing at a friend's house the same way.
Same.
But yeah, this game is there's a reason it's like regarded as like one of the top NES games. It's still regarded as one of the top Mario platformers ever because of there's a lot of things that back then are still influencing Mario games today. Like just everything that comes out from Mario 3 is still in Mario Odyssey. you know?
Yeah.
So for this one this one has an interesting price difference here. So there's 2 versions you can buy.
Oh yeah.
On the cartridge and the box, both versions say Super Mario Brothers 3, but the word Bros, Brose period, is on different spots. So on the if your version has the Bros on the right side of the logo, which is the right of to the right of Mario, the copy will go for $16 loose or $83 complete. If you have the version that has the Bros lettering on the left side of Mario, on the left side of the Super Mario Bros. 3 logo, the loose version is $30, not that big of a jump from the right version. Or it's $265 if you want a complete version of the
Crazy.
Super Mario Brothers with the left logo.
Crazy.
So
Gotta have that left logo.
Which one do you have right now?
I think that's the right side. Yeah, it's the right.
the
See
right
how
side.
it's in on the
it's
right
under
there?
the O.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be on the left. And if you look at the cover,
He's just showing us the cover right now.
yeah, I'm gonna try to take it out here.
Oh, I'm at the box. Oh.
Well,
I
the
see.
box is the same. That's a different
Okay, I
copy.
see, I
But
see.
if it was on the other one, it'd be on literally the left side. And Mario's like,
Oh, so he's showing us that like the Bros part is on the bottom right, but if the other one, it would be on the bottom.
it'd be on
left.
the bottom left. I'm not sure which
Wow.
version came out first.
I want to say the left did, and then the bros kind of bumped into his hand.
Why do you think
Of
they
the
changed
Maybe.
it?
because
It might
it bumped
be.
into his
It
hand.
might be that.
Yeah.
So again, that's something I didn't learn till much later because I never
Wow.
would have noticed that, and I was pretty shocked that there was such a huge price difference just between
Yeah.
that. It's just art. There's nothing different about the game itself. It's just the
It's
box
also
art.
one of the most basic box arts for Nintendo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
just
a
him.
very nice.
In
It's a
yellow.
very nice bright yellow. I freaking love that yellow. The
That's
yellow
all
and
you
blue.
needed.
It's
I mean,
iconic.
Mario was the
With
character.
Tanuki Mario,
Just
yeah,
slap him
it's-
on there.
He sold it just by
Mario's a
looking like
raccoon?
that. He's a
Yeah.
raccoon. What is this? Number 2, Deucy.
Number 2 is another one that has a series behind it, but I had to pick what I think is the best one. Came out in 1989, Mega Man 2.
Oh.
I remember I got this from a relative who was just, giving up their Nintendo and happened to give me this game. And I had never played any Mega Mans before it. And immediately got hooked, even though I didn't fully understand how the weapon system worked and the rock, paper, scissors that went behind it. But then I just played it nonstop. It was, at the time, the only Mega Man I could beat regularly. And I just thought the soundtrack was amazing. And I had no idea, that Mega Man 1 was one of the first Nintendo games.
Me neither.
And when I went back and played Mega Man 1 years later on, the first collection I got, I was like, holy crap, I'm glad I didn't play this one first.
Yeah, that one I would definitely put Mega Man 2 up as, one of the best sequels ever. Sometimes
Yeah.
we'll talk about things where it's what series had a second entry that was superior to the first one.
And it totally saved it, and
It did.
It was
Yeah.
popular enough to warrant a sequel, but then it improved on everything.
It did.
Yeah.
The music alone is something that there's still tunes that you'll hear in your head
Yep.
at all times. It's iconic. It's one of the most iconic NES soundtracks.
Another game where I just get the music stuck in my head randomly at work.
Yeah.
But now it's also one of the more affordable Mega Man games of the original Nintendo 6. $30 loose. Complete, it's $160, and I say that it is still affordable at $160.
Yes. For context, Mega Man 5, last I checked, I think the cartridge was like $400 or $500, and I believe a complete copy is around $1,000.
Jeez,
Something I've seen. It's over $1,000. I don't know why 5 is the rarest out of the 6 games, because the 6th one is not even that rare.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
That's crazy.
Mike, your number
right.
2.
Yeah, we won't spend too much time on this. My number 2 is Mario 3.
There we go.
Yeah, because I had to pick one of the Marios. I almost wanted to pick Super Mario just because it was the one I played the most. Because obviously, I think everybody played that one the most because it came with the system. So I was really into Super Mario, but Mario 3 was by far the better game. It's just so good from start to finish. I never beat it, but I got really close. I just lost interest in beating it, but I played it a lot. I loved the new suits you can get. Tanuki suit obviously was a revelation in a lot of ways. I love when you found out. My cousin's like, here, let me show you something. And he goes on one of those blocks and then goes behind
Oh,
it.
yeah, the little secrets, yeah.
And I was like, oh, what? My little mind was blown that you could do that. And then you just hide behind the whole set the whole time. And then he's like, yeah, because it's supposed to be like a play. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That blew my mind when, because you hear that stuff through the schoolyard or something, or in
Yeah.
recess or in magazines. And, I remember I had a friend show me that trick where you would duck on the block and you would go behind the
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's the craziest thing, man. That really blew my mind. And that's one of the reasons why it's so high. It just, every level is different. Every level is fun, challenging.
and
but
the control is perfect, too.
yeah,
Yeah.
challenging, but you can figure out everything if you just gave it time. If you tried, eventually you would get through. It's not one of those challenging and then you're like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna beat this. It's like
Yeah.
this is difficult, but if I keep at it. I'll get through this part, you know.
Yeah, I think that's why I always put 3 higher than 1, despite what what 1 is.
Yeah.
Is because 3, like, there's so much variety across the entire game. Like with the battleship levels, I forgot what they're called. I think they're just called airships.
Like
Airships.
the King Koopa airship.
Yeah, the King
thing.
Koopa kids and
Yeah.
whatnot. Like like there's different boss fights there, and like each airship is different, and it's like
Yeah.
it's all just it's so well designed throughout the entire
It's
free
so
game.
good, yeah.
It's just a
What a game.
Yeah.
What a game. Flagship of the system for sure.
Great game.
Randy, number 2.
All right, my number 2. As I stated earlier, I was not really aware of the one
Per series.
per series.
Oh,
thing.
it's fine. It's
I
just
know it's not really.
it's loose. We play it
And
loose
to
here.
be fair, I do think they are different enough
Triple.
and massive for different reasons. It's the original Super Mario Brothers.
There
Okay.
it is. Wow.
I
love it.
This is the
I
one that
almost
I
did that.
owned. This is the
Oh,
one
yeah.
that throughout the entirety of owning my Nintendo, that
love
game
the
was
game.
getting plopped in there and trying to beat it. Like
It's
saw
a game
Dad
I
beat
want
it,
my
didn't
kids to
do
play.
it myself.
Yeah.
and
It is. Yeah,
It's
that's a classic.
It's like
almost
playing
like
chess,
the perfect
you know?
platformer.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Yeah.
All games came after it. Owe
Yeah.
it to Super Mario's.
It's like Scrabble. It's like, one of those games that like you want everyone to play at some point. You want to have them exposed to this game because it's so good.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the first time you played Mario? Is it?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember
I do.
something?
I,
that
we
I
got
think
our
the first time I played was as Luigi though, because
Oh, yeah.
I was playing. We had just got it. We hooked it up, and they said like 1 player, 2 players. So let's pick 2 players. So I played as Luigi. I remember the first time I picked up a fire flower. And all of a sudden, I can shoot these guys.
Yeah.
I
Like,
was just
that's
standing there
awesome.
too. Like I wasn't even moving when I did it. I was like, "What is this? Like, what am I doing?" I
Yeah.
couldn't connect that it was a weapon.
But how crazy is it how intuitive that was at the same time? The
It was.
controls are, I mean, it's very simple. Move and jump.
Yeah.
But like, as a
but-
kid, you just knew it. You just got it. You just,
that's what I
yeah.
mean. It's like I didn't have any frame. Like I had, we had Duck Hunt with this obviously. So it's like I had no sort of frame rest of what a game was or how you're supposed to move or
Yeah.
anything. And it's just, you're right. Like I think you don't really think or actively think about that when you're playing games, like how intuitive it is or how easy it is for you to understand.
Yeah.
And for, what is it, 1989, 1990 for most of us?
Yeah.
And we're, 4 or 5 years old. It's pretty incredible that we
Yeah,
picked it up
exactly.
and managed to get somewhere in it, or at least
Yeah.
finish the first
Did-
level or whatever.
Did we all get stuck at the same infamous jump in World 8?
Oh,
I
it's
don't
very
remember.
possible.
Where
I'm
it's like
sure it
two
is.
It's like a
the tiniest
yeah, and the
little
little
things.
slivers that you need to
And
land
then
on.
a
Like,
huge
gap.
just jump 20 yards that direction.
Yeah.
Land on them, they're toothpicks, and,
And then
get
keep jumping.
across.
My mom was the first person I knew who beat that game.
Nice.
And I watched her beat it, and I just remember being like, "This is so cool."
Like that's actually
Yeah.
King Koopa. Like,
Yeah.
he looks different than the others. He's bigger.
Yeah.
I do have an early memory as a little kid where I woke up in the middle of the night and the light in the living room was still on, and I could hear Mario, and I walked out there, and Dad was still like huddled over the controller trying to beat one of the worlds.
Oh, I love it. I love
It was
it.
like, I don't know, middle of the night. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
adults.
That's really got a problem.
Yeah, adults stay up and play games.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We could do that now.
Yeah, it was
Like
great.
father, like son, man.
Yep.
And that game still holds up too. That's another game
It's-
where you can
Play right
can
now.
play
Anytime.
it.
Play it today. It
Yeah.
is
Some-
Yeah, it-
sometimes I get that feeling of like, you know what? I really want to go and beat that right now,
yeah.
and get on there and then die and then be like, I'll beat it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not
know.
gonna pretend like I'm still good at it.
I was never very good at it. Like it was just,
Yeah. No,
but
it
it's
was
not
not a
speedrun
ragingly
it.
What a
difficult
great game.
game. It's just challenging, and it will punish you if you aren't paying attention.
And I'm with you, Randy. It would have been on my list if I didn't already do 3.
Yeah,
I had it on
I
there.
think that like in my mind, like it's fine to have both of them on there
They're
because
so iconic.
well, and they're for different reasons. Because Super Mario came first.
Yeah, they bookend.
Like, it
they
came
kind of
first,
bookend the
and it
console
was-
almost.
Yeah.
They
Exactly,
do.
they bookend the console perfectly.
Yeah.
And then Super Mario Brothers 3 was such an incredible game that came much later in the life cycle.
Yeah.
No, it
Well,
came
not
out in
much
1990,
later.
but I mean that's the thing too. Is you have to figure is Mario 1 was 85, so within 5 years they had a trilogy of ridiculously good Mario games. Like
But-
2 probably wasn't well received because it was different,
Two
but
is
it was
fine,
good.
though.
It was
Yeah.
great.
Though.
I liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I did
sure.
too.
I
don't
liked it
know-
a lot as a kid, actually.
Yeah, like
I was like,
it's-
yeah, it's different, but I just kind of always assumed games were different.
Yeah.
Because I'd never seen a game that was all the same,
Yeah.
just a different version. It's like,
But even then, that's kind of like the Nintendo. What Nintendo does, they like to iterate, but they also try to reinvent with their sequels.
Yeah.
What was mind blowing to me later on in life, learning that we get Mario in 85, and then Mario 2 was like 87 or 88, but Japan was already getting Mario 3 in 88.
Yeah.
I was like, God, we still have to wait 2 more years for that amazingness.
And I don't remember that because I was too young for that to experience that. But I'd heard podcasts and I'd read about how people here were like, they were of teenagers, whatever, and they're like looking at all these previews and whatever. And like they wouldn't get it for 2 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was really like they first saw it when the Wizard came out.
Yeah.
Which was insane.
Yeah.
I was like,
89.
yeah, that was almost like the world premiere of what we do
So
now.
my family took me to see the Wizard in theaters.
Yeah.
And we saw, like the grand reveal is Super Mario Brothers 3, and it looked amazing. Why did my parents never buy that for me? I'm really starting to
They
question
couldn't.
now. Like,
It wasn't out yet.
well, no, I mean, but when it did, like, how did we not get that game?
Wizard didn't sell them.
Food and water.
Wizard didn't sell itself.
Yeah.
So if
The
you
mortgage.
want a copy of the original Super Mario Brothers, for a loose cartridge it is $14.56. For a complete set, it is $257.68.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
But if you want the copy I had, and it's the best value on here,
Yeah.
it comes with Duck Hunt. It's only going to be $7.99 loose and $39 complete.
No.
Which doesn't make sense because technically, if it was complete, wouldn't it be with a Nintendo?
Yeah.
Even then, I would have thought that that's if it has like its own box manual, I would have thought that was more rare because they it was a packing game they made $1 billion of.
Yeah, I don't think
versus
I ever
buying them separately.
I don't think I ever saw it in a box.
Yeah,
price.
exactly.
I mean,
We
I
didn't
never
have
really
the
saw
box,
Mario
we just
Brothers
had the
by
little
itself.
sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can expect Mario Brothers alone to be expensive, but I would have thought Mario Duck Hunt complete with its own box would be more expensive because
Yeah.
you
you
probably
ever-
wouldn't buy
I never
that.
saw Mario by itself. I always had it with track and field or with
Well,
They just started packing it in with all their
just
other
today I
games,
saw Duck Hunt by itself when we were down.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen
So
that.
I've
Yeah.
seen
by
that.
itself.
And there's a 3-pack. It has, I think it's Duck Hunt, Mario, and
Track and
is it
Field.
Track and Field?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, my number 2, similar to Deucy's here, but not quite. My number 2 is Mega Man 3.
Oh.
I for me, this is on my number 3 for basically the same reasons that Deucy has, but the difference is that I grew up with Mega Man 3. Again, I bought this at Video Express. we went there a lot for our used games and movies and whatever. But for me, it's always hard for me to pick this or 2 because the reasons 2 is great are the same reason why 3 is great. The music in 2 is just absolutely phenomenal. I have a lot of fondness for the music in 3 because I think you could tell there's a little bit more depth to the music because also they probably understood more how to develop for Nintendo.
They had like an extra year.
A whole
of
another year. Yeah, because
development.
this came out in 1990, which is pretty crazy because I think I'd gotten it when I was like 7 or something. So I didn't even know that Mega Man 3 had been out this long when I got this. And another friend had 4, you had 2. So none of us
Yeah.
none of us ever had more than one Mega Man game at any time.
But you could play each other's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
borrowed
exactly what it was. We'd swap them out. It was perfect. So for me, like this is definitely top 3 game, easy choice. I had no contention to put this anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'll still play to this day. I wonder how I ever finished it back then because there's certain levels where I'm like, I don't know how I did this, even with Infinite Continues on here and whatnot. There's things where I feel like they use save states at certain parts of the level because I just cannot get past them for some reason. Like especially ones with the disappearing blocks.
Oh yeah.
Like they have these patterns where they alternate.
Yep.
It sounds like a vacuum at the same time.
I've also when I played on like the Mega Man collection on Switch and stuff, when I get to the levels where they redo the Mega Man 2 bosses, I was like, how did I get past these as a kid? I'm losing all of my lives at
It's
them.
really hard, and I know I finished as a kid, but I don't. It's just really difficult. It's a pretty lengthy game too, because you have the 8 bosses, then you have to go through basically the Mega Man 2 boss rush, more or less.
Yeah.
4 Wily levels, and you have to survive. Granted, thankfully there's infinite continues, so you can beat it. You just have to really commit to it.
Yeah, I never played any of the Mega Mans on Nintendo. Played them on Super Nintendo, but I never played any of the Mega Mans on Nintendo.
Yeah, it's a big blind spot for me, that whole franchise, really.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah, it's
See, that's why he's my best man.
it fits perfectly. So if you want a copy of Mega Man 3, first I recommend you buy it on any of these 6 billion collections they've released over the years.
Yeah.
There's like a collection on PS2, GameCube, Xbox.
They do make a lot of them.
They do make a lot, which is great because I love these games. I'll buy them all over again. But you can buy them now on the Mega Man Legacy collections on current consoles. But if you want a actual NES copy, the cart is pretty reasonable. It's only $26, but then you get to the complete and it's $140. So not absolutely ridiculous, but it's $140. We're going on to number ones here, but before we get to number ones, we want to share some of our honorable mentions.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's a lot of games that, for me at least, I had to really kind of distill a bigger list into a smaller one and then kind of reorder them.
Yeah.
And there's some where I knew that wouldn't place in my top 10, but were really awesome games or games I played a ton as a kid. So, Deucy, go ahead and please take your time and take the floor and commit the time to the games that you love.
My honorable mentions are for those reasons that you mentioned, where like I do remember playing them a lot, but I had to whittle down this list. Otherwise, I could have done a top 15 or a top 25.
Yeah, we probably could have done top 50 if we were really committed to it.
One of my honorable mentions is the original Tecmo Bowl, not Super. I had the first one, and I put it on here because it was the first football game where I felt like I could compete and actually win.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had the LJN NFL game, which was hard as hell. Like, I feel like I could go out on a pro football field now and score a touchdown before I ever get a point in that game.
That's amazing.
But Tecmo Bowl was so easy and it was very arcadey. Other honorable mention is Bases Loaded. It was it was a better baseball game than just baseball. That black box baseball.
I remember it, yeah.
And it was one of the first games I remember playing with my dad, like, versus. And I always remember, like, he'd come home from work, be really tired. He'd fall asleep in the middle of the game because it's baseball. And then I would just reach over and, like, pitch to myself.
That's great. Dad's asleep.
Another honorable mention is Turtles 2.
Yes.
Yep. Because I did not like the first one, but I also didn't play the first one until way later. Turtles 2 was definitely the first one I played and loved it because it was Ninja Turtles, but arcade. Just beat them up. Yeah. Here they come, beat them up. Another honorable mention is Metroid 1.
Yes. Great choice.
I didn't put that on my list because I played it as a kid, but I played it after 2 and 3, after that and Super. Yeah. And it was really hard compared to those.
Wickedly hard.
Yeah, so I liked it. I love the series, but I just couldn't put it up in the top 10.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And my last honorable mention might be a shocker, but Zelda 1.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think that makes sense for you though.
Yeah.
I could see that not placing a top 10 at all.
Same reasons as Metroid, where like I liked playing it, but I had no idea as a kid like where to go, what I was doing. But I still like playing it, and I still like the gold cart, and I still respect what it did for the adventure series.
Yeah.
I also think it was like, wasn't it one of the first games with a battery save?
It was like 86.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Those batteries like die a lot now, right? Like
it's weird. It really hit or miss because there's some batteries I had that have died, and there's some where I'm shocked are still fine. Like my Final Fantasy 3. Like remember when I got the CRT, I sent it to you. Like my dad and I had replaced that when we got that because a friend had actually given us that game and the battery was dead, and we replaced it, and that was 25 years ago.
Still going strong.
And it still has my save from back then.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it depends, but yeah, they're dying out.
That's amazing.
Did you have any more on your list? Or was
nope.
that just a short
that
one
was
there?
It. Yep.
Mike, what you got to honor today?
Yeah, mine's not too long either. So a couple of them that like distinctly stick out of like playing them as a kid and really loving them was Battletoads vs. Double Dragon.
Oh yeah, I love that game. Yeah,
played that a lot as a kid, and again, it was one of those ones where people talk about how hard it is. Well, they talk about how Battletoads is really hard too, but it was one of those things where it's like it was the only game I had. So whether it's hard or not, I'm gonna figure it out because I literally don't have anything else to play. I mean, I have my older games, but playing this for a reason.
Plus, it was an awesome crossover.
So and it's just so cool, and it reminds me of like now. A game is difficult. You can just put it away and play 1,000 other games. But this one was like, you got to stick with it.
That's what you had.
Figure it out. You got to figure out how to do it. So, Battletoads vs. Double Dragons was in there. Double Dragon 2, I had that on there. Yeah. Oh, Dr. Mario.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
which I had played a lot. I wasn't very good at. I didn't really understand the concept of it.
I love that game though. Just
But it's
just for the
It was to
graphics,
build
the music.
castles with pills.
Yeah. Tiny Toon Adventures and
You're a
Batman.
pharmacist.
Yeah, exactly.
Filling the pill bottles.
Tiny Toon Adventures and Batman. I put Duck Hunt / Track and Field as one.
Uh-huh.
I love both of those. My cousins had Track and Field. They had the power pad. I thought it was the
Oh,
coolest
God.
thing ever.
Nice.
But they lied to me, and I didn't figure this out until I was an adult. So I would always run, and they told me because since they had asthma, they had to use their hands on the thing, and like I had to run, but they could use their hands because they had asthma. And I was like, all right, well, I
Makes
guess
sense to
seems
me.
reasonable. I mean, I can't.
That's
you know.
unbelievable.
So like I would be like, running my little heart out as hard as I can, and then it's like, they would smoke me on the long jump because the long jump's all about rhythm. So it'd be like,
They're playing like Usain Bolt with you or something.
bam, and like I would get smoked by them all the time. And I thought they had a legitimate reason.
That's so funny.
So that was So Track and Field and Duck Hunt's great. Like we all love the light gun. And then lastly, Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular.
Oh, I thought that would have been on your top 10. I was surprised.
I wanted to, but it's just
Number
not
one.
good enough. But it's a game like California Games, where it's like a compilation of different mini games you can play.
It's pretty fun. I thought it was dumb, but it was pretty damn charming. Just like the
Yeah.
boot throwing and the
There's a boot throw. There's
the
a
pizza balancing.
yeah,
That was so
pizza
stupid. I couldn't
balancing.
figure that one out.
There was a
River jump.
and then the potato sack races, which is probably the best.
That
one
is
on
the
there.
best one.
Very fun. You get to play as all the different Snoopy brothers and sisters and Snoopy himself. A very good game, and it was actually made of like it's supposed to be an Olympic game. That's why it's like set in Italy. It was some Olympic game going on.
Yeah, there's different. There's like Paris, Italy, different world venues,
and then it was supposed to be Donald Duck in Japan.
in
right?
Japan it is Donald Duck.
Yeah.
So all the graphics are him, which is really crazy.
Like Huey, Dewey, and Louie are the other contestants. Yeah. It's so weird they swapped him out for Snoopy.
It's really crazy.
But
Yeah.
so Snoopy is in it, and
They're
I
like,
don't know. I love that game.
Snoopy will sell more in the Americas.
Yeah, and if you want to pick up a copy, it's $10.39. And
If you could even
$50
find it.
Yeah, it's $50 in box. So
Yeah.
so those are all my honorable mentions.
Randall, what
All
do
right.
you?
Before I start my honorable mentions, I just want to give my condolences to some of those franchises that are complete blind spots to me, such as Mega
That's
Man,
fair.
Mega Man, I'm with you.
Castlevania,
Yeah,
and maybe Ghouls and Goblins.
But you
or
talk
was
about
it
those on
Ghosts and
or
Goblins.
Ghosts and Goblins,
Yeah.
yeah.
put those
like-
on Super Nintendo though, and they're probably going to be in my top 10.
I didn't own a Super Nintendo, so
Yeah.
a lot of those still, like, I didn't play Mega Man's.
But that's
then.
why I think the lists
only
are fun.
Castlevania
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
played was, aside from, like, attempting the first Castlevania when I'm an adult, and
But
then
I'm with you. I never played.
it would be
Castlevania
like
either.
Symphony of the Night.
Oh yeah.
So those did not make my list or my honorable mentions because I didn't play them. But I trust that these guys say it's a good game. They must be. A lot of my
Oh yeah,
honorable
Fester's Quest, Randy.
Yeah. You know what? I trust that when he says, when Deuce says,
He's pointing to Deuce, by the way.
Yeah, I had to realize that. Customer.
This is an oral
Yeah.
experience.
All right.
So
Hey,
a lot of
you.
my honorable mentions are sports titles. Double Dribble was one of them. Also Tecmo Bowl, because I don't think we had I don't play this Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
Skate or Die, which is probably an objectively bad game, but we had it and I enjoyed it. I love the little
I remember playing
the little pit that you'd go in there and you'd basically like joust against someone
Oh,
else.
yeah.
That was so cool.
The jousting.
And then probably my favorite of the sports titles, another one I didn't own but got to play it a bunch at like a little youth center thing, Blades of Steel.
Blades
Oh
of
yeah, that's a
Steel.
good one.
So good.
I even like
It's
that
like a
one.
double dribble.
Watching
of hockey.
everybody
Yeah.
just stop and get in fights was fantastic.
I love the cover art on that one too.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
super cool.
the gray art, and then it has like the outlines of the players or something in red. It looks really awesome.
And
Yeah,
then
it's
for the non-sport ones, I have Duck Hunt, which was great. Especially you have the light gun, Super Mario Brothers 2,
I love that one. Yeah.
and Top Gun.
Oh, that's a surprising addition there.
It
Yeah.
was a lot of fun until you had to land until you
It
had to
was,
land it
yeah.
on the carrier.
I have the second game, and that was like one of my first NES games, but I couldn't put that anywhere on my list because it was so freaking hard that
It
I
was so
like.
hard, but I loved.
It was fun.
Yeah.
There was
it
two player on there
really good.
too. Yeah. My honorable mentions. So I had quite a few. I'm gonna try to like zip through some of them. But Little Nemo, the Dream Master. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
Oh yeah.
Side-scrolling platforming game where you befriend these animals, you feed them candy, and you just all of a sudden get their powers. Pretty cool. The Goonies 2.
Yeah.
Actually, a pretty cool game. It's kind of like an early Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. An absolute guilty pleasure of mine and my brother's, Three Stooges.
Oh yeah, I never played it.
a collection of awful mini games, mostly awful. You're the Three Stooges. You're trying to raise money for an orphanage that you suddenly find is getting taken by the bank. Very dark story for kids to play.
Yeah.
And you have to save the orphanage by basically doing these part-time jobs or mini games to earn money for them. Stupid, but immensely fun.
That's funny.
Blaster Master, Power Blade, Contra, Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
The music is
Oh,
amazing.
I was wondering if that
So
was gonna
hard.
Yeah.
I
be
was
somewhere.
curious if that was going to be anywhere.
This
too.
is an ungodly difficult side-scrolling
Yes.
shooter. Silver Surfer looks amazing, but he's also gigantic on the screen, and the walls kill you, enemies kill you.
Yeah,
It's literally like
life kills you.
yeah, it's like playing Operation with a controller, and anything you touch, you die.
one of the strongest superheroes that they've ever created.
Yeah.
a
The bitter
galactic
irony.
level
Yeah.
Superforce
Can be
can be dealt by a wall.
By a wall, and you're not going that fast either. He's
No,
coasting
he's
through.
coasting.
Vice Project Doom, Kabuki Quantum Fighter, Metroid, Kirby's Adventure. Even though I played that
Oh,
way
yeah.
late because I didn't get that. By the time that had come out, I was deep in the Super Nintendo. I had no recollection of that. Rygar, and then RoboCop, a personal favorite of mine. Even though RoboCop can't jump in that game, he can only go upstairs and walk straight. All right, so we've come to our number ones, the most exciting part, arguably, of the show, next to Fester's Quest.
Yeah.
Deucy,
Well,
bestow us with our number one.
mine is probably not too exciting because it's already been said a lot of times.
You think?
Mario 3.
Mario 3, a very
gotta
worthy
be.
number one. Though.
Yeah.
Very worthy.
No, yeah, and it has definitely been my favorite growing up. I remember it was one of the few games where we got it really early on in its release time because my dad was a big fan of Mario 2 and didn't want to
Didn't want to miss out.
Yeah, didn't want to wait for a birthday or a Christmas. We might as well just go out and get it. And
Didn't want to have the plot spoiled.
Yeah. Cutscenes.
people are going to be talking about it at
Yeah,
work.
we're on the water cooler.
newspaper.
Mario 3. Have you beat it yet?
But I also remember the commercial for it that they've recently like brought back on retrospectives and stuff. You know, where everybody is outside and they're yelling up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
to
they're
the
wearing
heavens.
they're
It's
wearing
on
the
TV.
different colored shirts because they're supposed to make Mario in the United States
Yeah.
or in the North America. I actually remembered that was one of the first video game commercials I remember
Crazy.
seeing.
I don't remember seeing that when I was a kid.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's not too much else to say. It was just a great game. It's funny, Mike mentioned that it was a play and everything. I didn't even learn about that until years.
I was
and years
I was
later.
much older.
I had a cousin inform me. Like,
I
cousin
did.
just-
I did know about the dropping behind the thing because that's how you get the warp whistle.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
But I didn't put two and two together. That like the blocks are nailed
Sets.
in there or
Yeah.
screwed in there and everything. And heck, even the opening thing is
Yeah, it's a
curtains.
set. It's
Yeah.
curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty brilliant. Well worth number one on any list.
Yes.
Really. Like, you
100%.
can't be mad about that. Just objectively, beyond our own personal
Yep.
fondness or nostalgia. Like, yeah,
100%.
absolutely number one.
Yep.
Mike,
Yeah.
you're number one.
This is gonna be a bit of a shocker for
Uh-oh.
everyone. So this is one of the last games to go on the NES. I still had an NES at this point. I had gotten a Genesis like right before this game, or right after this game came out. Like literally like maybe a month after this game came out. This is 1994, and it's Rescue Rangers 2.
Wow.
Two.
Yeah, Rescue Rangers
Okay.
2.
Wow.
I never knew anybody who had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. I don't know if I had it or I rented it, but I had either I rented it and we had like a super overdue fee, or I had it. I don't know. But it was it was very because we had our Nintendo for a long time. I didn't because we got it kind of late. I didn't get it until like 1990 or 1991, and then we had it until I got my first generation Sega in like 95, 94, 95. So Sega had already been out for a while at that point. But this game was fun, really intuitive, easy to understand how to play. I beat it. It wasn't one of the first games I beat, but it was one of the more memorable games I beat. You could do co-op with it if you wanted to. And just like cool story. I love Rescue Rangers as a kid. It's like one of my favorite cartoons. I watched it every day on the Fox channel. And all of those Capcom Disney afternoon ones are great, but this one in particular was just so fun. And I didn't realize how like memorable or like how valuable it is because it was very late in the life of the
Yeah, I was
like,
about
basically
I was
the
about
end.
to say this is probably going to be our new winner for the most valuable here.
Yeah, so I would definitely will. So a loose copy of Rescue Rangers 2 is $317.
Oh wow!
A complete copy.
Wow.
A complete copy is $1,049.
Jeez, I didn't know it was that expensive. That's a
And
record.
If you get a graded copy, that could be $9,600.
That's unbelievable.
What about new?
New $1,214.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like almost if you get complete, you almost may as well spring for
You get a new one.
brand new
Yeah.
for a couple $100 because
Yeah.
you're probably not. I don't know if you'll play it at that point.
No, why would you? Luckily, I don't know if they still have the Capcom pack anymore.
The Disney Afternoon Collection.
Yeah, if they
it's
do,
still out.
If they do, you can play it.
Yeah.
You can, so if you want to play it, I highly recommend that. Even if you don't want to play it, get that pack because that pack is awesome. For the
It's
game.
inexpensive too. It's always
Super
like
cheap.
it's always cheap for I think $5 or $6, and even full price is $15. It's
I
absolutely
got
worth
it. I think I got it on sale for like $9.99 when it first came out, and it's well worth that price. There's so many fun games to play on there. You'll have a blast. It's worth it.
And it's really like a full complete list of when Capcom was kind of like on fire at this period in time. Like
Especially those games.
yeah, with those Disney properties, they were ridiculous.
those, they
and
had
then they had Mega Man.
Man.
They had Street Fighter was out at that time too through some of this.
Oh yeah.
Street Fighter 2, I should say, not Street Fighter 1.
Yeah, but
yeah.
this one made my list because I was a kid. I didn't really play a lot of a more adult like Contra. My mom would never let me play Contra. But so
I'm shocked that there has not been more Contra.
I know. I played.
It was an honorable mention for me.
I played hardcore on Sega, but I just never played the NES one. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's why this one's on the top because I played it a lot. I loved it. It was right in my wheelhouse for my age. I love those games. Yeah.
Randy, you're number
All right.
one.
My number one pick has nothing to do with my childhood. It does not fall into the category of Super Mario Brothers where it's intuitive and you can just pick it up and play it. We're of course talking about The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, I should have expected that.
Yeah, you absolutely should have.
It's great.
It's a great game. Maybe not able to beat without a guide of some sort. That's really my biggest nitpick with the game. The only real nitpick I have is because there's not really so many hints as to what you can do and what you can blow up and expose.
Exactly. I was just about to mention that.
If they had something in there to help, someone younger like me at the time, then that game would have probably had a lot more great childhood memories.
Yeah.
And most of my memories with that are as an adult going back and realizing, I never beat the original Zelda. I got to go back and beat that. And it was still just as engrossing of a game as any other game I was playing at the time. And therefore, it has to be number one for me because it was such a seminal game, too. A lot of the things with the gameplay are paved the way for what you see now.
Yeah.
Especially with, action RPGs and fantasy and puzzles and all that.
It's an all-timer.
It really, really is. And great, fantastic music as soon as you turn it on.
Yeah.
It's interesting when I went back and played it after because I had already played Link's Awakening and Link to the Past before I think I played the first Zelda when I was little, borrowing it from a friend, but I didn't realize that so much of the Zelda series, you said it influenced games as a whole, but the Zelda series really had a lot of stuff to start with Zelda 1. The enemies, like
the likes and Ganon.
I never had the instruction booklet to know their names, but then I realized, oh wait, that's also in Ocarina
and Link to
of
the
Time.
Past and Ocarina. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yeah, this was not a game we owned. And my experience playing it when I was younger was very limited. Like, I would go to a friend's house where he also had Super Mario Brothers 3, where I played a lot of that. And I'd always be like, oh, let's play The Legend of Zelda. And he would just be like, it's too hard. Because he just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And how could he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was built on trial and error. Like, you're literally going in bushes and to burn them and everything to try to find hidden
rooms. You really don't
rooms.
have enough bombs to just
You
test
don't.
where you need to go.
No, and then by Link to the
And
Past.
the hints that they do give you are far too vague. So
Yeah.
like I said,
Oh, yeah.
the only
Yeah.
gripe I have with it are those things. Because outside of that, it is absolutely brilliant.
And then in
enemies are
Ocarina
great.
of Time, you get like a little fairy every 2 seconds trying to tell you something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
listen. Yeah. All right. So my number one is Castlevania 3: Dracula's Curse.
Oh man, great game.
So this game, I vividly remember seeing it at a friend's house. Like he owned it. I remember the cover for me was like one of my most favorite Nintendo covers ever.
Yeah.
And then I remember buying this at a Long's drugstore when I was a kid. And I remember right before this, we bought Top Gun Second Mission, which is funny. Yeah.
Also a great game.
Also a great game. For me, this game, this was the first Castlevania game I had played. I didn't play 2 or 1 because 1 came out, like, it came out in 86, I think, 87. It was a really early NES game. And 2, I just never had heard of. I was also really young at that time. But by the time I got this one, it was before I got a Super Nintendo. But this game, like, the moment it starts, the music is incredible. It's freaking ridiculous. But with this, there's branching paths. There's, like, 8 levels. And then you have, like, an easy path, an intermediate path, a master path. The only real difference is, like, in certain levels, you can unlock certain characters. So you get Sifa, who's, like, sort of a sorceress. And she casts spells, but she's really weak. You get Grant, who's sort of like this, you know, hunching pirates, and he can climb walls, and he has like a really short stab, and he can also jump really high. And he also plays Alucard, Dracula's son, who can turn into a bat and has bat or fireballs they can use. So when I was really young, I didn't know you could switch these people on the fly when you discover them by hitting select. So I was playing as Belmont the entire time, which you can do. Cool. It's fine, but the other characters, you know, some of their abilities make it easier to traverse through the levels.
The all Belmont run.
Yeah, exactly. Cool, and then on top of it, like, this game was just stupidly difficult. So when I was a kid, I never finished it because it was literally programmed to kill you in the US. The Japanese version, enemies do less damage. The game also is more generous with hearts, which you can use your sub weapons. And then the US version, like in the last level, it doubles your damage no matter what. So enemies take like 4 damage no matter who they are, even if it's like a small bat.
Is this did it come out in Japan after ours?
Before.
Oh wow.
And apparently the rumor and innuendo about the difficulty in the US version was to combat rentals.
Oh.
Their thought was like, okay, well, if it's like, you know, not too difficult, kids will, you know, rent it and beat it. Whereas if we make it just stupidly, obnoxiously difficult, they'll have a lot harder time beating it when they rent it. So they have to buy it. But for me, this game is like, it's just persisted through time. Just the music, the graphics, everything reminds me of when I was younger, when I was first playing this. And like, each level was distinct. All the bosses were distinct. Like, you had the giant, you know, like bone minotaur. You fought death. You go up a clock tower with all these harpies going around. Like, it was the first really thematic game that I can remember playing, and I have nothing but fondness despite how difficult it is. It's such an amazing game.
I didn't even realize until years later that you could unlock extra characters and start switching. I knew 2 was different than 1, but I thought 3 was more like 1, just more of the same.
Yeah, and then with that is you had to discover them first, so it wasn't like you would just naturally progress and you could unlock them. It's just you had to go encounter them, you know, do the different paths to unlock them. And on top of that, they actually had what, you know, like Chrono Trigger usually gets, you know, New Game Plus dibs. Like, they always kind of say I was the first game to do it, but this kind of New Game Plus. But all it did was make everything even more difficult, apparently.
Well, even Mario 1 had a New Game Plus.
It did, yeah. So it's like, it was a cool idea to like lengthen the game, but the game was already insanely difficult before, and this other mode is just stupidly difficult. You also can't switch characters, so the last person you unlocked to use is basically your co-op buddy for the rest of the game.
Oh wow!
But for me, just top to bottom, fantastic game. It, by the way, came out in 1990, which is pretty crazy.
Is the music like, because my favorite reference, my first one was Super Castlevania.
Yeah.
So is it like up there as far as like music?
I would say so.
With Super Castlevania.
Yeah,
that one's iconic.
If you played the intro, like if I gave you just the intro, like just the beginning and then the first couple levels, it's just like it gets you going right away. It's such an amazing soundtrack.
That's always like the best part of Castlevania is their soundtracks are always
top notch.
Killer.
Yeah. So if you want to get this for yourself, it's pretty reasonable loose. It's $35 for a cartridge, but again, like the Contra Anniversary collections and the arcade collection that has Gradius, there's a Castlevania collection that has like basically everything of the 16-bit era and before, more or less, and you can get that for $5 like almost every other week. Otherwise, it's like 15 or 20. And out of it, it's totally worth it. It has like all the Game Boy games, all the Super Nintendo games, the Genesis games. Very good package. If you want a complete one, it's $135. So not terrible, but you know,
not in the
Rescue Rangers,
not Rescue Rangers 2
levels.
of all the
Yeah. All right, so that wraps up our top 10 NES games. We've been at it for
a while.
My goodness,
Wow.
about
If you're
2.5
still
hours.
with us.
If you're still with us,
This might be a 2-parter.
this might be. I'll split it to 5 mark or something.
It's quite a lot of variety. I only heard
We had
Punch-Out twice.
Mario 3
I
is like our
Mario
consensus.
3 and
Mario
Zelda,
3 was
Batman.
what I expected to be probably.
But is
if
Mario
we
3
weighted
the-
everything, it would be number one.
Yeah.
I expected that.
Is Mario 3 the only one that we all had on our list?
I think
Yes.
yes, and we also had that in top 3. I think at least.
Yep.
for
Yeah,
everyone.
because I had mine at 3.
I thought that there would have been more people with Punch Out. I thought someone else would have had Contra.
I
Yeah.
never played it.
Like,
I never played them.
I never played Contra. Yeah, I played Super C and I played Contra Hardcore on Genesis, but I never played.
I was kind of along the lines with Mike, where I was so young, my parents were gonna let me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
I
now
think
the
that's where it's
after hours
different. We had
portion
the-
of our show. Where we
And my
recap
parents
the
are like,
show.
"Oh, you want Total Recall? Here you go. We'll go to Video Express and get it for you." It's
Yeah.
cool.
We
My
had-
mom was like, "Oh, you want Sesame Street?"
I was gonna say we had a lot of variety, and I think a lot of that we can attribute to thank you, Mike's mom, for,
Yeah,
for,
right.
for creating this extremely varied list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's of course this is our first sort of Fatal 4-Way podcast we've done too, so it's a pretty big episode no matter what.
Yeah.
Either way, it would have been a beefy episode no matter how we cut it, even with
Yeah.
just 2 of us.
It's great.
So thank you all, especially Mike and Rainey for combining a list within basically like on 2 or 3 days notice to serendipitously join us for a
course.
podcast here.
Yeah, I had to call into work to do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Took a lot of thought.
Unfortunately, I'm not paying you, so
Call it-
it might be a loss.
Call us back when you do the Genesis list.
Yeah.
Yeah, we look
Ooh,
forward.
that'd be a good list.
All right, everyone. Well, this is Don Van Dam, Deucy, Mike, and Randy. Do you guys want to have your call tags in here? You want to have your nice little call tags?
Oh,
is that
yeah.
a cool thing? Yeah, go ahead. Randy, go around the table. We'll go with Randy.
Yeah, go, Ray.
I was not prepared for this, so we're gonna say Maverick.
All right, Randy's Maverick now, I guess.
I don't
Iceman.
know. Well, to be determined. TBD.
TBD Maverick.
At Grizzly Grimmy.
There you go, Deucy.
Deucy 85.
And there we go. And I'm Don Van Dam once again. Thank you everyone for listening for 2.5 hours. Go play some NES games. We love you all. Thank you.